that's your parents. Your parents said, hey, by the way, when you go to your aunt's house, this is Daniel. And this is Steven. Steven's the older brother. My brother's 7 years old at the time. I'm 5 years old. And Daniel's the crazy one, running around. I'm the crazy one, right? My brother's focused. He loves studying. But when we go to my family member's house, my mom says, hey, by the way, this is Daniel. He's crazy. This is Steven. He's like the quiet one. Imagine my brother hears that for 10 years out of his life from his mother. Now my brother, for the rest of his fucking life, you think he's going to get a sales job? My mother just said, hey, he's the quiet one. So now my brother thinks, holy shit, I'm the quiet one. He's fucked. 10 years out of his life, he said, hey, and because I'm used to listening to my mother, whatever my mother says goes. So, if, right? Because this game, this is easy. The belief just hasn't caught up to it, but this is easy. It's like 1 or 2 steps. But those 1 or 2 steps are the hardest steps in the world. You come up to me and you ask, Daniel, what's the best closing line to somebody that's a little bit difficult customer? How do I follow up with this person? What's the best closing line, right? And you feel like there's this whole process behind it, like it's so complex. I was in, I think we were in Sicily 2 nights ago, and a kid came up to me after dinner. He said, dude, if you could give me one advice for closing, what would it be? And this was my advice. I said, why did you leave the dinner? I said, fuck the book, fuck my training. Forget about it. I said, forget about it. Why did you leave the dinner? And the waiter's number, the hostess number, the manager's number wasn't in your telephone. I said, that's your advice, because you got to understand why you're scared. This is an easy game. Go talk to 3 to 5 people a day. That's fucking easy. So you got to figure out what's inside of here that won't allow you to even go up to that person to say hi to them. I couldn't understand much of what Martha was talking about, but I don't know if I heard something as a guarantee, but like in here, because we don't have a guarantee attached to our business, right? That we don't think inside of our own head. If we go talk to 5 new people every single day, at the end of the month, that won't produce us results, because we don't have that guarantee inside of our head. So even if somebody went up to you and just say, talk to 5 people, you won't go do it, because there's no guarantee towards the end of it. Can I? Oh, okay. So if I were to just be like this, talk to 5 people every single day, just talk to them, it can't be the same person. You guys heard it all, right? If I say post on Instagram every single day, okay, and by the end of the month, you're going to rank up 3 times, you're still not going to believe me. Because you're going to do it for 9 days, and nobody's going to say yes. And on the 10th day, you quit, and you don't post, and you don't talk to 5 people. What you do not understand is people do not buy your product, offer, service when they're doing fucking well in life. They don't. So this is what happens. You talk to people, you post, you talk to people, you post, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All those days, people have jobs, they're working. They have jobs, they're working. They have jobs, they're working. They have jobs, they're working. On the day that you don't post and you don't talk to people, Jasmine, oh, go ahead. Jasmine just got fired. You didn't post the TikTok. John posted the TikTok. She went to John's organization. You just lost a customer. And now you say the business doesn't work out. Sales is a timing game. The biggest, even if you suck, it's a timing game. Even if you suck. Think of the companies. You guys know, do you guys have telemarketing companies? You know what that is? When people, you know the people that call for like roofing, the people that call for credit cards, they just call you and you just hang up in their face? Think of all those people. They never got trained by Daniel. But how does the company still exist? They suck, but how do they exist? They're horrible. Hi sir, would you like to buy roofing today? No thank you, bye. How the fuck is the company still in business? They played the timing game. Till they called on one person and they said, hi sir, would you like to buy some roofing today? And that one person says, oh my god, there's a freaking hole in my roof. I was waiting for somebody like you to call. Yes, how much does it cost? It's all a timing game. They just play the timing game. They're not skilled, but as long as you play the timing game, you're going to win. Okay, so watch this. This is sales, right? It ends up like this. Watch. There's 3 components, let's just say, right? Okay, so in the beginning, we're horrible at talking to people. We don't know how to communicate about our product. You don't know how to communicate like the leaders and talk about your product. We're not good, but you have to own it. It's fine. It's not us, it's our parents. Our parents made us bad. Our teachers made us bad. So we suck in the beginning. There's a bottom line to it. We haven't been taught communication when we're young. I know that was a lot. So our skill set is low. It's low. And then all your leader says is just talk to 3 to 5 people a day. So as you start talking to more people, so this is your numbers. So now you got to work your numbers. So as you start talking to 5 people every single day, at the end of the month you get 1 close. What's 5 times 30? 150? 150?
Yes.
That's 150 people we talk to. 150 new people, by the way. Let's just say you close 1 person, 1.5, because the other person closed and then they refunded. So you literally, let's just say you close 1% of the 150 people that you talk to. Actually, let's say both people quit, so you don't even close somebody. What starts to happen, I say do it again next month. Just do it again next month. Don't worry about it. Keep working the job, do it again next month. You keep working the numbers, your skill set goes up. Your skills go up, your percentage goes up. So now it's at 1%, you close 1 person. The next month you do it again, your skills keep going up, you keep working the numbers, your percent goes up to 2%. You do it again the next month, your thing goes up to 3%. So now every 150 people you talk to, you close 3 people. Here's the problem, as people's skill set rises, they start doing less work because they know they can get more done in a less amount of time. So you think you're good because now you can talk to 10 people and you get 1 close. Why'd you stop the numbers? If you kept the numbers up, you keep getting better, your percentage goes up and you close more people. Does it make sense? You know when people say what got you to chapter 10 won't get you to chapter 20? You know when people say that? I want you to think about it one more time. Because what got you to chapter 10 will get you to chapter 20 and more. You gotta just do more, but it's gonna get you to chapter 20. And more. Like you don't stop what took you to a P5. You keep doing the recruiting and you gotta fucking do more. This is just business. Oh, now I got the chairman 10. I don't have to do events. My other leaders are doing events. Go tell that to Alex that's been in the organization for a decade and is still here every single day today. Yeah, but Daniel, I would do it if I was in Alex's position. He hasn't made. He could just show up to every single city, and of course, I would love to travel if everybody showed up to every single city. No, you don't say when and if I have that, then I would be like that. You need to have the energy now doing it every single day in order to be like that. Don't play it in reverse. Okay, now let's get into prospecting for a second. All right, let's get into sales. All right, so team, how many people here would want, okay, actually let's do, I think I did this once with Daniel's team, so let's do it one more time. What would you guys want to do? Would you guys want to bring in more people, talking to them face to face, like shaking your hand and bringing you in, so face to face prospecting? Online, so doing it online over social media. So number one, face to face. Number two, social media. One second. Okay, one second. Don't say both, team. Don't fuck me. Two, okay. One. I got one more, guys. Okay, so one in person, two social media, or maybe three. How about following up with people that leave you on read when you ghost them and then they disappear. You talk to them, but then they disappear. I don't have 14 hours. I can go through all three, but I know you guys want to do three, but 1, 2, or 3. So number one, in person. Oh yeah, say number 3, I forgot. Yes, yeah.
Fazer prospecting cara a cara. Número 2, prospecting redes sociais. Número 3, como é que nós fazemos com o follow-up daquelas pessoas que nos dão ghost e que simplesmente leem a nossa mensagem e não respondem.
A lot of people are like, ooh, follow up. What's wrong with the follow-up, dude? You getting ghosted a lot? So, okay, raise of hands for 1. In person. Raise of hands for 2. 2! Let's go! Okay, raise of hands for 3. Holy jeez. That was the hardest thing I've ever done. It's not like, you guys literally gave it like 33% split. We're like, Daniel, we get paid 3 different ways. We're not binary, we're 3. We gotta fuck you up here. I'm like, dude, make it easy here. So, okay, so let's do, by the way, I'm good at all 3. Like, I can do all 3. Even though I'm gonna make you feel. I don't know if you guys heard me say this before. No matter which one you guys picked, 1, 2, or 3, 1. If you picked 1, if you picked 2, or if you picked 3. It doesn't matter, I'm good at all 3. But, if you guys said, if 90% of people said yes to number 1, I just made you feel like you guys are in control. And the highest level of control in sales is when you make other people feel like they're in control. So you felt like you won because the prospect should always feel like they're in control. You're like, yeah, because I want to make, this is sales. Who's talking? The highest level of influence, make the prospect feel like they won. So if I'm trying to sell you my water today, this is my position of influence. I want to make you guys feel like you're always, whatever's in my water, you're like, whatever is in this guy's water, I'm buying it. I don't care what's in his water. So, okay, wait. So, you guys want to do, what was it, 1, 2, or 3? Or are we doing all 3? 3. Maybe we'll go through all 3 of them quickly. How much time do I got? 40 minutes? 30 minutes? Let's do it? Okay, anyways, wait. Okay, wait. Let me reverse something that I just said really quickly because it just passed my mind. Okay, remember when I said the highest level of control is making other people feel like they're in control? We're not taught that when we're young. We're taught to defend and argue. So when somebody says network marketing doesn't work, you're programmed, you're literally programmed to fucking argue. No, what do you mean? If you look at my leaders, go look at my leaders, Alex, Magic, look how much money you're programmed to argue.
como assim? Estás falando, olha para o Alex, olha para o Jason, olha para os meus líderes.
This is why I said when you're young, you're programmed to lose. I'm going to show you how.
É por isso que eu disse que quando tu és novo, tu és programado para perder.
When you're young and you want to go play soccer and you're 7 years old,
Quando és novo e queres jogar futebol, tens 7 anos,
you want to go play dance, or you want to go dance,
ou queres ir dançar,
and you go to your mother, Mother, I want to go play soccer today. Please drive me to the soccer field.
tu vais para a tua mãe e dizes, mãe, queres jogar futebol, leva-me até ao campo.
And your mom says, no, no, you're not going today.
E a tua mãe diz, não, não vais hoje.
You're like, why, Mom? I want to go. Why?
Sim, mas não quero, não quero ir.
And your mom says, don't argue. I'm your mother. Don't argue with me. Go to your room.
Não discutas comigo, eu sou o teu mãe, vai para o teu quarto.
And all you do, so what did that teach you? Nothing, right?
O que é que isto te ensina? Nada, certo?
So the next time you want to go to soccer,
Portanto, a próxima vez que queres ir para o futebol,
your mom says no again.
a tua mãe diz que não.
You argue.
Tu discutes,
You cry.
tu choras,
She says don't argue.
ela diz não.
You go to your room.
E tu vais para o teu quarto.
You still don't get what you want. You don't go to soccer.
E tu não vais para o futebol, continuas sem conseguir aquilo que tu queres.
Daniel got what he wanted.
O Daniel conseguiu aquilo que
I was a crazy kid. So I'm like, wait, this is insanity. You know, I'm like, I cry. She says no, I go to my room, insanity. I'm not going to do it again tomorrow. I have to switch the strategy in my head. I'm like, the strategy is not working. So imagine our mother said to us, because that's an objection, right? My mom said no, it's an objection. I'm like, fuck, she just objected me. So I said to myself, I'm like, wait. Let me change the strategy. Wait, just imagine our mother said, Daniel, before you cry, just imagine our mother said this. When you cry and you argue, you're never going to the soccer field. But if you just say, Mom, I understand today I can't go to soccer. Imagine my mother said this to Daniel, was training Daniel on how to win an objection. Daniel, don't cry, number one, just agree with me. And don't go run off to your room crying, because then you're never going to go to soccer. Just say to me, Mother, I understand. Just say, Mother, okay. Just say, Mother, of course. And then right after that, Daniel, number one, just even off the energy. Number one, just even off the energy. Just make me feel like I'm in control, Daniel. No parent is ever going to teach us this. And then Daniel, number two, then say to me, Mother, what would I be able to do in order for me to go to the soccer field? Well, son, Daniel, you just got to go do your dishes. You got to do your chores. You got to clean up a little bit. You haven't done it for the last week. Oh, now I'm in a conversation. So number two, ask a question. Number one, don't argue. Number two, ask a question. We were never taught that in sales. So when our family members say network marketing doesn't work, we are programmed to literally argue. That's it. What do you mean it doesn't work? Boom, you already started off in a negative context. Instead of just saying, yeah, 100%, of course. That's it, of course. Daniel, F you, you're too loud. Objection. Of course, I agree. My mother said the same thing. Daniel, no, network marketing doesn't work. Of course. I don't have money right now. I can't join you today. Of course. I've trained this so many times. You guys heard me say this so many times. But that right there, we're never programmed to do when we're young. So, when I said, remember when I said make prospects feel like they're in control? That's the first step to make my prospect feel like they're in control. Don't argue. Number two, hey, I know you don't have money. Forget about the money issue. Forget about the money issue. I know you want to get started, and I know you're a freaking rock star and you're a superstar, and I can see the hunger through your eyes. Let me ask you another question. Because the money thing, we can find the money. Don't worry about it. That's fine. Don't worry about the money. Watch, step number two. Don't put gasoline on the objection. Does that make sense? Like, don't pour gas on the money thing. If you pour gas on the money thing, it's going to be an issue. So the first thing that people do is they believe the objection. So when somebody says I don't have money, they move to money right away. So watch, this is the objection. You can explain that, bro.
Pensem nisto, malta. Quando alguém diz que não tem dinheiro, se nós nos estamos no dinheiro, nós estamos
So if the objection is money,
Portanto, se a objeção é dinheiro,
they start putting focus on that objection.
nós temos tendência a começar a pôr foco nessa objeção.
And they start throwing fuel on the objection.
E começam simplesmente a alimentar a objeção, a alimentar a objeção.
That's not the objection.
E a objeção na realidade não é essa.
There's no lack of money.
Não há falta de
But Daniel, they're broke.
Mas Daniel, eles estão
No, no, no. They can go find the money.
Eles conseguem encontrar o dinheiro.
Don't make the finding the money the issue.
Não faças com que encontrar o dinheiro seja o problema.
If everybody felt
Se toda a gente sentisse
that they can make back $200 and more, everybody would buy it.
que conseguia fazer de volta ao dinheiro, toda a gente ia começar.
So is money the issue?
Portanto, o dinheiro é o problema.
No. But you make it the issue.
Mas tu fazes com que seja o
You want to know how I know?
E sabes como é que eu sei?
Because you go back to your leaders, you go back to Andreas, Marta, you go back to your leaders and say, everybody's broke, nobody has money.
E eu sei isso porque tu vais para os teus líderes e dizes toda a gente está falido, ninguém tem dinheiro.
Watch your language.
Tem cuidado com o
The prospect just sold you
O prospect acabou de vender a
on them being confused.
Estão confusos.
And now every single time that you go up to somebody,
E agora tu sempre fores falar com alguém,
it's embodied in your belief system
está no teu sistema de crença.
that every single time you go up to somebody, that person might be broke.
E sempre que fores falar com alguém, essa pessoa pode estar falida.
So you get a little bit more hesitant, you get a little bit more hesitant, you get a little bit more hesitant, till you just convince yourself that everybody's broke in Portugal.
Então tu ficas mais hesitante até que tu convences toda a gente que pode estar
Then
falida.
nobody has money in Portugal.
Ninguém tem dinheiro.
Bullshit, I seen people eating wraps last night, chicken shawarma wraps or chicken wraps last night.
E é treta, porque eu vi pessoas a comer em restaurantes outros.
But when it comes time to your business, everybody's broke.
Mas quando é que pode começar um negócio, toda a gente está falida.
Because you convinced yourself of that. You made that the problem.
Porque tu te convenceste de ti próprio disto, é que tu tornaste isso tudo.
Their problem is they're confused, worried, and scared.
O problema é que eles estão confusos, preocupados e assustados.
Maybe in your business,
Talvez
maybe in
negócio,
themselves,
talvez eles próprios,
maybe in you.
talvez em relação a ti,
If they weren't, they would buy it.
mas se eles acreditassem, eles compravam.
This is how the conversation would sound.
E é assim que a conversa se faria.
Bro, listen, I'm dead broke right now. I don't have a dollar to my name.
Entende? Eu tenho zero dinheiro agora,
I'm gonna call you back in 24 hours and I'm gonna find a way to get this freaking money.
eu vou-te ligar em 24 horas e vou descobrir uma maneira de ter dinheiro.
There's two types of people. One guy, that guy's about to get started.
Há dois tipos de pessoas. Essa pessoa vai começar.
The guy that's a little bit confused and says, hey man, I just don't have money right
O
now.
tipo que está bocadinho confuso e diz, epá, não tenho dinheiro agora.
That person's confused, they're not broke.
Essa pessoa está confusa, não está falida, não está sem dinheiro.
They're not confused, they're confused.
Eu estou confuso.
So now in your mind, you're like, okay, well, what do I do with this person?
Tu estás na tua cabeça, o que é que eu faço com esta pessoa?
Number one, don't make money the objection. Don't make it, don't fuel the objection, right?
Número 2, não alimentes a objeção.
Okay, number two, ask the question.
Número 2, faça.
Hey, by the way, so I make it, would you be able to relate this? I make the objection inevitable, like they'd find the money. Like it's inevitable, like they're gonna find the money, don't worry about it.
Portanto, eu faço com que a objeção seja algo que não é um problema.
So it-
Tu vais dizer que não é um problema.
Sorry, bro. So it's like I move it to the side.
Portanto, eu ponho de lado a objeção.
Yeah, 100%. Don't worry about the money thing. We'll find the money
Não te
thing.
preocupes com o dinheiro, nós vamos arranjar uma solução.
I was just like you. I didn't have money either.
Eu era como tu, eu não tinha o dinheiro também.
But let me ask you a real question,
Mas deixa-me fazer uma pergunta a sério.
Marco.
Marcos,
Aside from the money, let me ask you a question.
além do dinheiro, deixa-me fazer uma pergunta.
Are you more confused about how we make money in the markets?
Será que estás mais confuso sobre como é que realmente fazemos dinheiro no mercado?
Are you more confused of how we make money inside of our business?
Será que te confunde como é que nós fazemos dinheiro no nosso negócio?
Or are you still unsure that you can actually do something like this?
Ou simplesmente ainda não tens a certeza que podes fazer algo assim?
So while in the process of you getting your money,
Portanto, o processo de tu arranjares o teu dinheiro,
at least that way I could show you
dessa maneira eu posso te mostrar
or give you a little bit more
ou dar-te
information.
um pouco mais de informação.
So when you do get the money,
Portanto, quando tu tiveres o dinheiro,
you know that you're going to become successful in this.
sabes que consegues ter sucesso aqui.
So which one is it? Is it more of the markets? Is it more of how the business works, how you get paid? Or is it a little bit about yourself that you don't feel like you can do it?
Qual delas é que é? Sobre o mercado, é sobre o negócio, ou sentes que não consegues fazer?
Yeah, man, I just don't know about the business model. I don't really know if I'm good at sales. I don't think I can be good at sales like you.
Sim, mas na realidade é um modelo de negócio, pá, não se consiga ser bom em vendas como tu.
Ah, it wasn't the money.
Afinal não era o dinheiro.
The guy's fucking scared.
Ele está assustado, simplesmente.
You think it's the money because you got emotional about the money.
Tu pensas que é o dinheiro porque tu tiveste uma emoção em relação a isso.
I just realized the guy's looking at me and saying, I can never be like that guy.
Eu acabei de me perceber que ele está a olhar para mim e a pensar, nunca vou conseguir ser esse tipo.
But if you didn't ask, you wouldn't know what their fear is.
Mas tu não perguntaste, tu não ias saber qual é que era o medo dessa pessoa.
So you want to know what you say?
Portanto, queres saber o que é que tu podes dizer?
Watch the person that's not trained.
Olha para a pessoa que não está treinada.
When you get paid,
Quando é que tu és pago?
you got sold on their objection.
E tu simplesmente aceitaste a objeção.
The person that's not trained will never go through somebody's fear system.
A pessoa que não está treinada nunca vai entrar no sistema de medos dessa outra pessoa.
The person will automatically believe that that person's broke, will not find the money, and say, when do you get paid?
Essa pessoa que não está treinada vai simplesmente acreditar na objeção.
But if you just stopped and paused, wait, actually, one sec. What was your fear before you guys got started? Just think of that inside of your own head. Think of that inside of your own head.
Pensa na vossa cabeça, qual era o vosso medo quando vocês começaram?
What was every single fear? Literally, just stop. Think of you joining IM. What was every single fear that led up to you buying?
Qual é que foi todos os medos? Pensem quando começaram na AM, o que é que foi o momento em que vocês sentiram, quais é que foram os medos que vocês tiveram?
And there should be a strategy behind every single fear. So when somebody gives you that fear, you know how to deal with it. That's anticipation.
E portanto tu antecipas de saber que se as pessoas vão ter medo, tu depois vais saber como lidar com isso.
Think of every single fear. What was your fear? What was the person in your downline's fear when they joined? Just ask them, dude, what was your fear? Dude, I've seen this person making TikToks. I didn't think I could do this fucking TikTok thing.
Pensa nisto, pergunta-te a ti, pergunta à pessoa na tua equipa, do género, às vezes pode ser, olha, vi esta pessoa fazer TikToks e eu acho que não consigo fazer o mesmo.
And as a leader, a smart leader, you understand that people don't join because they're scared now, right?
E enquanto líder inteligente, tu agora entendes que as pessoas não começam por ter medo, certo?
So what do you start doing?
Portanto, o que é que tu vais começar a fazer?
Now, in your presentation process,
Agora no teu processo, enquanto tu estás a apresentar,
you literally start listing out the fears, the common fears that people would have when they join,
tu começas a listar literalmente os medos que muitas pessoas têm quando começam a...
and you debunk. You eliminate every single one.
Começas a eliminá-los, a desmistificá-los.
But nobody goes through the process, nobody anticipates it.
Mas ninguém passa esse processo, ninguém costuma antecipar.
So in my conversation, I'm going to say, hey, by the way, Jennifer,
Portanto, na minha conversa eu vou dizer, olha, Jennifer,
I want to let you know, as you're probably looking at this,
eu quero que tu entendas, enquanto tu estás a olhar para isto,
you're probably asking yourself one of three things.
provavelmente estás-te a perguntar a ti próprio uma de três coisas.
Do I feel like I can even trade and make money in the markets?
Será que eu posso realmente aprender e fazer dinheiro no mercado?
Do I feel like I can even sell and be good as a leader?
Será que eu posso ser bom em vendas e ser bom enquanto líder?
Do I feel like I can be good at social media?
Será que eu sinto que posso ser bom nas redes sociais?
In their head, they're literally thinking, how the fuck did that person know?
Na cabeça deles estão literalmente a pensar, como é que ele sabe?
The most attractive thing to a prospect is when you're thinking out loud their thoughts inside of their own head.
A coisa que mais atrai o vosso convidado é quando vocês dizem algo que eles estão a pensar.
That's the fucking product.
E é isso.
That's the product.
É esse o produto.
That's the trust game. Because all they're thinking is like, holy shit, this girl or guy is good. They know me, they understand me.
A única coisa que eles estão a pensar naquele momento, ok, este gajo é bom, ele percebe.
You're thinking it's the forex system that the product, but because it's all a trust game, my prospect just looked at me and just said, holy fuck, this person understands me, I trust this person.
Não é só o produto, malta, é o jogo da confiança, do género, esta pessoa entende o meu opinião.
Team, that's sales.
Isso é, vendas é isso.
There's a point inside of the sales like conversation, there's always a point. Like from the moment you talk to them to the moment you're done talking to them, there's a point where the prospect says,
Há sempre ponto entre a conversa quando tu começas a falar com o teu convidado até ao final da conversa em que ele se diz ele próprio.
I trust this person.
Eu confio nesta pessoa.
Sometimes it happens within the first 5 seconds.
Às vezes acontece os primeiros 5 segundos.
Sometimes it happens within the first 30 minutes.
Às vezes acontece os primeiros 30 segundos.
Sometimes it takes 2 years
Às vezes é preciso 2
of
anos
you posting on social media.
de tu postares nas redes sociais.
The moment they trust you is the moment they buy.
No momento em que eles confiam em ti é o momento em que eles começam.
So I want you to ask yourself this question. When I'm done a conversation with one of my prospects,
Então, faço esta pergunta. Quando eu acabo uma conversa com um convidado,
would I trust myself?
será que eu confiaria em mim próprio?
If not, talk differently on the next conversation.
Se não, tenho que falar diferente da próxima.
If not, you're being fake.
Se não, eu estou a ser falso.
If not, you don't know their fears.
Portanto, se não, eu não estou a identificar os medos da
If not, you're making it sound too easy.
Se calhar estou a fazer que sou demasiado fácil.
Ask yourself this question. Would I buy my own shit? Would I buy my own product?
Façam-se esta pergunta. Será que eu compraria as minhas próprias cenas que eu estou a vender?
If you wouldn't buy from yourself, don't go say it to a prospect.
Se não comprarias de ti próprio, não o vais dizer a um convidado.
Sit down at the end of your presentation or conversation and be like, would I buy from Daniel?
Senta-te e pensa, será que eu compraria do Daniel?
Do you know what my best training is for myself when I speak or I train?
Sabem qual é a melhor formação para mim próprio quando eu dou formação ou quando eu falo?
When I listen to myself.
Se será que eu gostaria de ouvir a mim próprio?
Okay, no? Okay, what do I gotta switch up? What was weird in there? What do I gotta switch up?
O que é que foi estranho? O que é que eu tenho que mudar para eu gostar de ouvir a mim próprio?
See?
Yes.
Good? Okay, good. Team. Another thing is this. I want you guys to understand this. We're going to talk about prospecting in person first, okay? I want you guys to realize that just the way we're not programmed to like be in business and sell, you know, and be in sales, we're not programmed to be successful, right? Obviously, we know that.
Nós não somos programados para ter sucesso, portanto vamos falar sobre isso.
So everybody in life has this standard frequency, like a standard energy level, right? It's standard. This is not normal, by the way.
Toda a gente tem nível de energia dentro da média. O que está a passar aqui hoje não é normal.
So watch what I mean by this. There's, let's say, a Starbucks,
Vamos imaginar que há Starbucks.
okay? You walk in.
Tu entras no Starbucks.
What's your job?
Qual é o teu trabalho?
What do you need to do?
O que é que tu precisas de fazer?
Get coffee,
Olhar café.
right? That's the first thing inside of our head because we're robots.
É a primeira coisa que entra na nossa cabeça, nós somos robôs.
We all did that this morning. We got coffee and we left.
Toda a gente fez isso de manhã, apanhámos café e fomos embora.
And the only reason why is because you don't know what you want inside of your business.
E a única razão pela qual é porque tu não sabes aquilo que
No, no, Daniel, I know what I want. I want to be chairman 10. I want to be chairman 10.
eu quero que seja Sherman 10.
Okay, maybe you know what you want. I lied.
Ok, se calhar sabes o que queres, eu menti.
But you don't know who you want.
Mas não sabes quem é que tu és.
So now you walk into Starbucks like a robot.
Portanto, tu entras no Starbucks como robô.
No, but I want hardworking people.
Mas eu quero pessoas que trabalhem muito.
Yeah, but you can't see if Janet's fucking hardworking when she's getting her coffee, so don't say that.
Mas tu não consegues ver se a Jennifer trabalha muito quando está a apanhar o café, portanto não digas isso.
You know what everybody's like, I want a hardworking person?
Sabem que toda a gente diz que quer uma pessoa que seja trabalhadora?
You guys think you're just gonna go outside and you're gonna see somebody working hard and be like, oh, that's the person right there. It doesn't work like that.
Trabalhar muito na rua e dizer é essa a pessoa.
But because you haven't listed off exactly who you want inside of your business, like the deep characteristics.
Mas tu ainda não apontaste realmente as características a fundo das pessoas que tu queres no teu negócio.
You went into Starbucks with low energy,
Tu foste no Starbucks com energia baixa,
thinking about today's event,
a pensar no evento de hoje,
thinking about what Daniel's gonna say,
a pensar no que o Daniel
thinking
vai
about
dizer,
what you're wearing,
a pensar no que estás a usar,
forgot about everybody around you,
esqueces toda a gente à tua volta,
got your coffee like a robot.
apanhaste o teu café como um robô,
Hi, can I have a doppio macchiato? Not too much milk, thank you so much. Next. The next person comes. Hi, can I have double shot espresso? A little bit of sugar. Okay, next robot. Next person comes. Hey, 1 second. Ciao amor, what do you want inside your coffee? Okay. Can I have a talk? Next fucking robot. And you forgot about this person right here.
do género, há pessoa atrás de pessoa atrás de pessoa, só pedem o café, só pedem aquilo que querem e tu esqueces da pessoa que está do outro lado do balcão.
And this person just dealt with every bullshit order.
E esta pessoa lidou com todas as tretas e ordens que...
Doppio macchiato, almond milk, skim milk this, double shot that.
Tanto duplo, com leite, sem leite, o que seja.
Majority of us would be like, F you.
A maior parte de nós estaria do género, olha, vai-te lixar.
And that person has exactly what you want inside of your business. Multitasking, patience, balance.
E aquela pessoa tem exatamente aquilo que queres no teu negócio. Tarefas, equilíbrio, tudo.
And since you haven't wrote those down as deep characteristics that you want inside of your business,
E como tu não escreveste as características das pessoas que tu queres no teu negócio,
you said thank you so much for the coffee and walked out like a robot.
tu disseste só muito obrigado pelo café e foste embora como um robô.
And then a crazy guy like myself
E depois gajo maluco como eu
said, Jasmine,
disse, Justin,
I don't know how the heck
eu não sei como raio
you just dealt with everybody's
é
orders.
que tu lidaste com as ordens de toda a gente.
You have so much freaking patience. High five.
Tens tanta paciência. Tá cá.
I'm not even talking about getting your number or getting a lead yet.
Ainda nem sequer estou a falar sobre ficar com o número dela.
You don't even know how to give the compliment that people even listen to.
Tu tens de saber primeiro como é que tu dás o elogio que as pessoas vão ouvir.
The lead is a lot easier when I go compliment her 3 times and then on the 4th time I get the lead if I need to.
Ter essa lead, ganhar esse contacto é muito mais fácil quando eu elogio 3 vezes e depois ao quarto eu
But
consigo.
you don't even know what you look for.
Mas tu nem sequer sabes o que é que tu estás à procura.
Okay, look at all my chairmans. What are their traits?
Todos os meus chamados, o que é que são as características deles?
Okay, let me write them down.
Deixa-me escrevê-las.
So when I see it,
Portanto, quando eu as vir,
I compliment them on it.
eu vou elogiar essas pessoas.
Not, I like your shoes. Everybody fucking says it.
Não do género, eu gosto dos teus sapatos. Mas toda a gente diz isso.
Actually, better yet, it's even before you walk into the Starbucks, watch your mindset. Since you're a robot, you're walking in and maybe now you're thinking, okay, now I have to talk to 3 to 5 people. That's your mindset now, maybe.
Mesmo isso, mas quando estás no Starbucks, ok, então agora podes pensar, talvez, ok, agora tenho que falar com 3 a 5 pessoas.
But the energy is even low walking in.
Mas a energia continua baixa quando tu entras.
Who here has 1,000 followers or less on Instagram?
Quem é que tem 1000 seguidores ou menos no Instagram?
Who here has 5,000 followers or less on
Quem é
Instagram?
que tem 5 mil ou menos seguidores no Instagram?
Okay. I started like that, by the way, because I started zero, just like you guys.
Eu comecei assim porque eu também comecei do zero como
And then I thought I was a cool guy.
Então eu pensava que era tipo fixe.
And then I said, okay, let me retire sales in 5 years ago.
E portanto há 5 anos atrás eu pensava que era fixe.
And let me start training sales.
Deixa-me reformar-nos das vendas e deixa-me continuar simplesmente a dar formação.
So I retire sales, I start training sales.
Portanto, eu tiro das vendas, começo a dar formação.
Yeah, nobody wanted to get trained by me, and I had 700 followers.
Ninguém queria ser treinado por mim, eu tinha 700 seguidores.
So I said, what the fuck is it gonna take for people to know who I am? That I'm good. And I was great at sales training, just like you guys have a good product. I was great. I knew I had an amazing product.
E eu pensava assim, eu sei que tenho ótimo produto, o que é que vai fazer com que as pessoas se sintam ofensas?
But nobody was listening to me.
Mas ninguém me ouvia.
I had no followers.
E eu não tinha seguidores.
So what am I gonna wait? For somebody to be like, hey, you should be a sales trainer, you're so good. Nobody's gonna do that in life.
Então o que é que eu vou ficar à espera? Que alguém me diga que eu sou bom, ninguém vai ver.
Nobody's gonna be beside you and say, hey, by the way, you should be a good network marketer, dude. Nobody's gonna be motivating you 24/7.
Ninguém te vai estar a motivar 24/7. A dizer, olha, tu és bom, devias fazer network marketing.
And think of this, everybody in life, let me tell you guys something. Everybody in life is waiting for somebody else to bring the energy.
Toda a gente, e entenda isto, malta, toda a gente na vida está à espera que seja outra pessoa a trazer a energia.
If you know that 99% of people are waiting in life to be motivated to get good energy, you know that, right?
Tu sabes que 99% das pessoas estão à espera de energia de fora.
You know that because that's us.
Porque somos nós somos assim.
The moment you become that 1% of people, everybody looks at you. Because you want that yourself.
Esse 1% das pessoas, toda a gente olha para ti.
This is what I would do. I don't know where I had my phone, but I would grab my phone, right? So I'd grab my phone. Sorry, bro, I'm not going to steal it. You're like, where are you going? I'd grab my phone. This is Starbucks. So this is Starbucks. I'd be like, hey guys, what's up? 2016. Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, tonight we have a call. It's slammed out. Swipe up for the call. I'm going to send you guys over the link. I love you guys. My DMs are flooded. And I hang up. And everybody's watching me. Who's this guy?
Eu estava no Starbucks simplesmente de repente.
By the way, I had no swipe up link.
Olha, temos a chamada hoje à noite, adoro-vos a todos, ok? Façam só a conexão para nos vermos na chamada, adoro-vos, malta. Desligava, e o pessoal ficava a olhar assim.
Now everybody's looking, whoa, dude, what is it that you do?
Toda a gente ficava dizendo, ok, o que é que tu fazes?
Oh, but we just have some crazy business meetings right now in the city. We're building out crazy in the city. But literally,
Eu dizia simplesmente, pá, está a ser bom, temos muitas reuniões, estamos a reunir em grandes.
I have to go on my stories right now because my messages are so packed.
Tenho que ver as minhas histórias agora porque estou cheio de mensagens.
What is it that you do?
E o que é que tu fazes?
I'm in a conversation.
E agora iniciei uma conversa.
Just from being a crazy maniac. Like nobody's gonna tell us. It's not strategy, because you guys are like, what's the strategy? What's the strategy? It's not.
Vocês estão tipo, não é estratégia.
You will just notice that all your leaders, they just don't give a fuck.
Vocês vão simplesmente entender que os vossos líderes estão se lixando.
What's the worst thing that can happen? I get into Starbucks and somebody says, keep it down?
Qual é a pior coisa que pode acontecer? Então, no Starbucks e dizem para falar um bocadinho mais baixo.
There's no gun to my head.
Não há uma arma apontada à minha cabeça.
And you know how many times I went to Starbucks and somebody said, keep it down?
Sabem quantas vezes já entrei no Starbucks e alguém disse fala um bocadinho mais baixo?
Why are you putting like the opinions of other people on a pedestal and not your business? Like on a pedestal, meaning why are you caring about their opinions more than your income?
Porque é que tu pões os opiniões das outras pessoas num pedestal mais do que consideras que eles devem
Don't. See, wait. Another thing right now. You guys know, you guys have like a blueprint, right?
Vocês têm do género plano.
There's a blueprint. There's a compensation plan.
Existe plano, existe plano de compensação.
There's coaches and mentors inside of the business.
Vocês têm formadores, têm mentores dentro do negócio.
When I started my sales agency, like I trained people and I outsourced them.
Quando eu comecei a minha agência de vendas,
When I started sales training,
quando eu comecei a treinar em vendas,
I had no compensation plan.
não tinha plano de compensação.
I had nobody motivating me to say, hey, you should become a sales trainer.
Não tinha ninguém motivado a dizer que eu tinha.
Actually, everybody shitted on me
Na verdade, toda a gente pegava para mim.
because I was young and I was trying to do it, and everybody was like 50, 60 doing it.
Porque eu era novo e estava a tentar fazê-lo e toda a gente estava a tentar fazê-lo em que eu tinha 50 ou 60 anos.
But imagine I listened to everybody, I would never be here.
Mas imagina que eu ouvia essas pessoas, eu não estava aqui.
I cared about like my vision so much more than everybody else's opinions. It suffocated. Okay, you know what? Let's get into prospecting. Fuck it. I don't want to boost you guys up on a vision. All right, let's go in. So, number one, on prospecting in person, what's the first thing that we do? What did I say? First thing that we do.
Número cara a cara.
Know who you want inside of your business.
Saber o que é que queres dentro do teu negócio.
Every characteristic of a chairman that you see, write it down on a piece of paper.
Todas as características do chairman que tu vês, escreve num papel.
Hardworking,
Trabalhador.
that's an obvious.
É óbvio.
But what else do they have?
Mas
Multitasking.
Multitarefas.
Because as your chairman's getting on a call, they're enrolling somebody else on a cell phone as they're getting on a call. And they're about to edify your chairman, they're enrolling somebody on a cell phone.
Porque às vezes tens um chairman que está a entrar numa chamada.
What's that called?
A trazer outra pessoa ao negócio. Correto.
By the way, round of applause for him, because nobody can use I'm like, Martha, who's translating me today? She's like, same guy on the calls. I'm like, thank God. So guys, just think of the characteristics that your chairman have.
Pensem nas características que os vossos chairmans têm.
And they're not the sexiest characteristics.
E podem não ser as melhores características.
They're the characteristic that nobody ever notices.
São as características que às vezes as pessoas não reparam.
I was with my friend the other day and he's like, dude, you want to know how I became successful?
Eu estava com o meu amigo no outro dia e perguntei, queres saber como é que eu me tornei bem sucedido?
He's like, I looked at successful people
Eu olhei para as pessoas bem sucedidas
and I looked at the traits,
e eu olhei para as características
the physical traits,
físicas,
the ugly ones
as feias,
that we would usually doubt ourselves on.
das quais normalmente nos teríamos dúvidas.
And I said, holy shit, all these successful people have ugly traits just like myself.
E eu pensei, estas pessoas também têm defeitos como eu.
One has a bigger lip than the other side of the lip.
Tem lado bocadinho maior do lado do
One's tall, one's small.
Um é alto, o outro é baixo.
So none of those things ever made those people successful.
Portanto, nenhuma dessas coisas foi tornar essas pessoas bem
The
sucedidas.
things that made them successful was the internal traits.
As coisas que os tornaram bem sucedidas foram as características internas.
He's like, I knew I was going to become successful when I looked at myself and I'm like, holy shit, they have some ugly traits just like I have some bad traits.
Eu sabia que ia ser bem sucedido quando eu pensei, ok, eles têm defeitos tal como eu.
Remember when he said that, Steve? I'm like, oh my God, that makes so much sense. He's like successful people have some bad physical traits. It's like, but most of us, we would have so much self-doubt that we don't even start.
E todas as pessoas bem-sucedidas têm defeitos, mas nós criamos tanta autodúvida que nem sequer chegamos a começar.
You guys get it or no?
Entendem?
Look at successful people and their unsuccessful traits that most people would usually doubt themselves on.
Olhem para as pessoas mais bem-sucedidas e olhem para os defeitos que faria com que a maior parte das pessoas duvidassem delas próprias.
And then the moment you compliment them on a trait that nobody's ever complimented them on,
E no momento em que tu dás um elogio de uma característica que ninguém nunca elogiou,
you become the most sexiest person in the room today.
és a pessoa mais sexy da sala.
The best.
A melhor.
Hey, Janet,
Olha, Janet,
I have no clue
eu não faço ideia
how you go up and down this aisle for the last 4 hours on the plane.
como é que tu andas para trás e para a frente deste balcão.
Because I just watch you serving that guy nuts, peanuts, and juice,
Porque eu vi-te servir amendoins e sumo àquele gajo
and I would freaking literally lose it. Your patience and balance is phenomenal.
e eu ia-me passar. A tua paciência e o teu equilíbrio é fenomenal.
But you want to know what happens?
Mas sabes mais?
You walk in the plane,
Tu entras
and you walk out of the plane.
e sais.
And there were 4 business partners serving you on the plane.
E havia quatro parceiros de negócios a servir, serving wherever,
Serving you on the airplane.
a servir no avião.
And you walk right by them. Thank you so much. Bye. Have a good day.
Tu passas pelos atendentes e simplesmente dizes obrigado, adeus.
And they are literally saying to you with a smile at the end of their job, which was the most pressuring job,
E eles literalmente estão a dizer ao fim do trabalho dele, um trabalho cheio de visão, com um sorriso,
as you're leaving the plane,
enquanto sais do avião.
they literally still say with a smile on their face, obrigado, with a smile.
Eles dizem com um sorriso obrigado.
And you still ignore that
E
person.
tu ainda ignoras essa pessoa.
Because you still think your problems are special.
Porque tu ainda
So
achas
you-
que tu és especial.
So you're still like, thank you, have a good day. You just walked by a business partner.
Tu acabaste de passar por um sócio, por alguém que se podia tornar teu parceiro de negócio.
Holy shit, high five, Janet.
Do género, meu, pá, dá cá mais 5 anos.
You are freaking phenomenal. The way you just dealt with the whole plane. I'm waiting to be the last one off the plane though, because I'm crazy.
E eu espero ser o último, porque eu sou mesmo assim.
Because everybody's waiting to be the first off the plane.
Toda a gente quer ser o primeiro a sair.
Because you're thinking about you.
Pensas tu, eu.
You're in fucking network marketing.
Estás em network.
The fuck you doing getting off the first one on the plane?
O que é que és assim, no avião?
I'm business class. I'm fuck. You're not cool. You guys got it, right? Be the last one off the plane and say, I don't know what is that you do. Do you do a business on the side?
Ser o último a sair do avião e dizer para as pessoas e diz, não sei o que é que fazes, fazes outro negócio à parte disto.
I have to go train at this event quickly
Eu tenho que ir dar formação neste evento muito rapidamente.
in Lisbon.
Em Lisboa.
But anytime I'm back in the city in the next couple years,
Mas da próxima vez que voltar a esta cidade nos próximos anos.
or maybe in the next 6 months,
Ou talvez nos próximos 6 meses.
we should get in touch. You would crush it inside of my business.
Nós devíamos conectar-nos porque tu ias literalmente ser muito bom no meu negócio.
Wait, watch my language.
Entendam a minha linguagem.
I didn't say you should be inside of my business.
Eu não disse que tu devias estar dentro do meu negócio.
I made it seem like she has 6 months to 2 years that I'll ever be back, like I don't give a shit.
Eu filo a sentir que eu vou voltar daqui a 6 meses ou a 2 anos e que não me importa assim tanto.
Because my language is abundant.
Porque a minha linguagem é da abundância.
So I said, hey, by the way, whenever I'm back in the city in Portugal, you would crush it. I don't know, I may be back in 6 months to 2 years. I don't know when I'll be back. But whenever I'm back, we should sit down. You would crush it inside of my
Eu não
business.
sei quando é que vou voltar, podem ser 6 meses ou 2 anos, mas devíamos nos conectar e deixa-me pôr o meu negócio.
So whenever you give somebody a compliment plus the exit,
Portanto, quando tu dás a alguém um cumprimento depois da saída,
that's when their curiosity skyrockets through the roof.
é quando a curiosidade deles aumenta.
So it's like, you're amazing,
Portanto, é dizer, tu és incrível,
but I don't need you.
mas eu não preciso de ti.
Who the fuck is that person? You see what I mean? It's like, hey, by the way, Janet, you're freaking amazing. I don't know, I'm such in a rush. Whenever I'm back in the next 6 months to 2 years, you would. I make them feel like they don't gotta do anything tomorrow.
Portanto, do género, eu faço os sentidos que eles não têm que fazer nada amanhã, de género, tu és incrível, mas eu posso voltar se calhar daqui a 6 meses ou 2 anos.
That's when it's easy to get the phone number.
E aí é quando é fácil ter o número de telefone.
That's when it's easy to get the Instagram.
Aí é onde é fácil ter o Instagram.
Because they don't feel like they gotta buy some shit from you.
Porque eles não sentem que têm que comprar algo de ti.
The moment they feel like you're gonna sell them something, she's gonna give you a fake number.
Portanto, no momento em que eles sentem que tu estás a tentar vender algo, vais dar um número falso.
The ladies just laughed because you know you gave a guy a fake number. The moment he wasn't abundant inside of his head, right? Wait, think of it. Ladies, 1 second. Sell to others as you would like to be sold.
Portanto, vende aos outros como tu sabes que vendessem a ti, certo?
The moment the guy was not 150% confident
No momento em que o gajo não tinha 150% de confiança
and he had abundance and he was busy
e se sentia abundante e estava ocupado
and you felt that
e
energy,
tu sentiste essa energia,
you were just like, yeah, my number is 413-333-3233.
tu foste do género, ok, o meu telefone é este, não é o meu.
And the guy thinks he has the right number.
E o gajo pensa que tem o número certo.
Thank you so much.
Diz obrigado.
And you walk away.
E vais-te embora.
And she's like,
E ele está do género.
yes, because in your head, you were like, I don't know, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't, but you don't have the abundant mentality. So when I went up to her, I said, hey, by the way, I'm going to be in this city maybe in the next 2 to 3 months. I made it feel like I don't need you tomorrow.
Na tua cabeça tu estás, será que consigo, se calhar não consigo, e não estás naquele mindset de abundância. Eu faço sentir que não é amanhã, pode ser daqui a 6 meses, pode ser daqui a 2 anos.
Do we understand?
Yeah.
And that's when somebody's like, okay, you know what? Let me get, and then boom, then they say, hey, my Instagram's at Marissa Janet. Poor
E
Janet.
depois não tens.
So, but is that it? Marissa.Janet? And then you add them? And then you message them?
Depois mandas uma mensagem.
Okay, what do we do? Just put a high five. Let's just, somebody give me the hand. What do we do?
O que é que vamos fazer?
Is that it? You're just going to ask for the Instagram and send them a DM? Is that the right way?
É a única coisa que nós vamos fazer é só isso, pedimos o Instagram e mandamos o DM, só fazemos isso, mais nada.
Somebody say no.
No.
Okay, you said no, bro, so what do you do?
Maybe put them in touch with what you do, maybe through social media or something.
No, because you sent them a DM, right? I was like, so what do you want to do to get information? What kind of data do you want when you're in person to get
Que
them?
informações tu queres quando estás em pessoa?
Just want to put them more curious.
Dude, do you want an Instagram?
Phone number.
We're getting closer.
Tu queres o Instagram?
So now we got a phone number, but now what do we want to do?
No.
So as they're giving you the phone number, you still got to think inside of your own head, this might not be the right phone number.
Enquanto tu estás a
Oh,
So wait. Team, isn't it funny how we all have these.
You want to say make a commitment, like schedules.
Okay, wait. You lost.
Yeah.
Why?
Eu estava a dizer, nem não estava a dizer perder porque é 2, 3 meses que tu tens que fazer sentir como se dizer lá amanhã.
Yo, nobody likes your business.
Here's my number, call me.
Can you say it to everybody? Nobody cares about your business.
Ninguém quer saber do vosso negócio.
How can he say something like, nobody cares about your business? This is your business, but they don't want to go to a business meeting.
We should go and take a
Mas eles não
coffee.
querem ir ao encontro do negócio.
So watch, because anytime somebody feels like they have to buy something, they don't do
E
nothing.
eles sempre têm que comprar algo, eles não querem fazer nada.
Your job is to prospect, it's not to sell, right?
O teu trabalho é prospectar, não é vender.
Your job is to get the number and pretend like you don't need to sell them anything, right?
O teu trabalho é ter o número de telefone e não tens que vender nada.
I gave you a little bit about the benefit of what I think you'd be good at, but I'm running because I'm busy.
Eu dou-te bocadinho do benefício do que é que poderias ter aqui, mas eu tenho que ir embora porque estou ocupado.
You do not sell anybody where you cannot close them.
Tu nunca vendes a ninguém num sítio onde não os possas fechar.
Do not talk about your business structure.
Não falas do teu negócio.
Do not talk about a meeting.
Não falas da...
I know it's almost opposite of what you guys think of in your head because you're like, oh my God, everybody trained me to book a meeting.
Às vezes parece quase oposto daquilo que nós fomos ensinados, porque é do género, ok, eu tenho que marcar uma reunião.
There's so much process behind that. Like you're gonna get so confused that you're never gonna even go up to the
E
person.
às vezes é tão confuso que tu nem sequer vais falar com a pessoa.
Keep it simple.
Tens que manter simples.
Hey, you know what? Give me a call on your cell phone right now. I don't even need your number. Just call me on your cell phone right now. That way I save it right now because I don't like to answer calls that are unknown. I just reject them inside of my life. So just call me right now.
Do género, dá-me um toque agora para eu ficar com o teu número, pá, porque eu não costumo atender números que não conheço.
You're on, Janet. Have a good day. Bye.
Obrigado, Jennifer.
That's it.
Bom dia. Já está.
And also when Janet's thinking, I don't know if I should give him, when I said that, now she's like, okay, phew, good thing I didn't give him the fake number.
E agora, enquanto estou a dizer isso, primeiro ela pensa, ainda bem que não deu o número falso.
You guys know what posture is, right?
Sabe o que é postura? Sabe?
The posture that you have with your compliment should be the same posture that you leave on the goodbye.
A postura que tu, como tu dás o teu elogio é a mesma postura como tu fazes embora.
Postures throughout the whole deal.
A postura tens a postura durante todo o negócio.
Postures throughout all of prospecting.
Durante todo o processo de prospecting.
Look at my posture. I'm not answering a call that's unknown inside of my business. I'll just delete it and reject it. I stay busy.
Olhem para a minha postura. Eu não vou atender uma chamada de um número que eu não conheço. Eu vou permanecer ocupado.
I need Janet thinking, who the F is this guy?
Eu preciso que a Janet pense quem é este gajo.
Good? And then run.
E depois vão embora.
And now the question is, Daniel, when do I text him?
E agora, a questão é, Daniel, ok, mas o que é que eu te mando?
Do you want to know how many people ask that question in their head before they even go up to people and do this?
Sabem quantas pessoas é que fazem essa pergunta na sua cabeça antes sequer de falarem com outra pessoa?
That's the fucking easy part.
Essa é a parte fácil.
Don't create sales anxiety before you even went up to somebody.
Não crises a ansiedade da venda antes sequer de falares com alguém.
I remember when I said sales is a timing game.
Lembra-se quando eu disse que vendas é sobre timing?
All I'm saying is try to do that to 2 to 3 people a day.
A única coisa que eu digo é façam isso a 2 a 3 pessoas por dia.
But Daniel, what next? Don't ask me what next. You didn't even do step number 1.
Mas Daniel, dia a seguir, não perguntes assim, ainda não fizeste o passo número 1.
You can't even get somebody to say hi to you or look at you, never mind about our business or our product.
Ainda nem sequer foste dizer olá a alguém, portanto, esquece ainda de falar sobre o negócio.
I can't train you guys on presentations because I just got to train you guys on engagement first.
Eu não vos posso treinar já em apresentações, porque tenho que se treinar ainda como é que vocês estabelecem esse contato.
It's the same thing on social media. When somebody comes up to me and they say, man, what's the best way to close somebody? How do I get them to a business call? I need to close them on I'm like, wait, first get somebody to learn how to say hi back to you on social media.
Quando me perguntam assim, ó Daniel, como é que as pessoas das redes sociais? Primeiro tens que fazer com que essa pessoa te diga olá.
Leaders in here that have a team of over 10 people,
As líderes aqui que têm uma equipa de mais de 10 pessoas,
don't allow your 10 people on your team to come up to you and say, I'm struggling with closing people.
não permitam que as pessoas na vossa estrutura vos digam, não estou a saber fechar as pessoas.
Okay, step number 1, let's go back to your messages.
Voltem às vossas mensagens.
Oh, step number 2, people aren't even replying back to you. You don't struggle at closing, you struggle at people replying back to you.
Passo número 2, as pessoas nem respondem. O problema não é fechar, o problema é que as pessoas não estão a responder.
So you don't even know how to get a reply back. You can't close if you have nobody to close.
Portanto, se ninguém te responde, não tens ninguém para fechar.
So
A pessoa não está aí.
how do you get somebody to reply back to you?
Como é que tu fazes com que alguém te responda?
Well, that's easy.
Deve ser fácil.
Same thing. Whatever you do in person, you do it online.
O que fazes em pessoa, fazes online.
People suck at online sales because they abuse in-person communication. Does it make sense?
As pessoas às vezes não são boas nas redes sociais porque eles abusam da linguagem.
So you become just like the robots that make fake accounts of you.
Então parecem os robôs que fazem essas contas falsas.
So many people are like, report this robot account. Dude, are you the robot yourself?
Às vezes há pessoas que dizem, ok, esta conta é falsa, mas
You just-
o robô,
You just went to go DM somebody and didn't even say that person's name. You're a robot.
tu foste, mandaste uma DM a alguém e nem sequer disseste o nome dessa pessoa, estás a ser um robô.
You said, hey, by the way, I like your profile. What is it that you do? Their name is not by the way.
Disseste, já agora, agora o que é que tu fazes? O deles não é já agora.
They have a name on their Instagram.
Eles têm um nome no Instagram.
So maybe by you not even saying their name, they don't trust you, they don't reply back to you. That could be step number one.
Passo número 1. Eles nem sequer dizem o nome dessa pessoa que não confiam em Deus.
Don't be the robot.
Não sejas o maluco.
The robot could be good and say, hey, by the way, how's your trading doing?
O robô pode ser bom e dizer, olha, como é que está o teu treino?
But the robot isn't that good yet where they start saying your name. And actually some fake pages are that good, they start saying your name.
Ou seja, o robô ainda não é assim tão bom que diz o teu nome. E mesmo assim já há algumas pedidas.
So you gotta go a level deeper.
Então tens que ir nível mais.
And you gotta say, hey, by the way, Samantha,
Tens de dizer, já agora, Samantha.
because maybe 50% of robots and fake pages can say their name.
Se calhar 50% dos robôs e das páginas falsas.
But I guarantee you they're not this good.
Mas eu garanto que não são assim tão
Hey, Samantha, I looked at your 7th reel.
É que Samantha, viu o teu sétimo reel.
You have like 18,000 plays on your 7th reel.
Tens tipo 8.000 visualizações.
The robot isn't saying that.
O robô não vai dizer isso.
It's not yet.
Ainda.
Some scammers are going to get super crazy soon. But yet they're not saying that, right?
Pode ser do futuro, mas ainda não dizem isso.
So then, hey, I seen your last reel had 8,500 plays. Your energy is terrific on your page. What the heck is it did you do? I know this is going to be extended. Okay, so wait. Let's just go through the process one more time because I trained the team on this once, but I need to go through it one more time, okay?
Portanto, o processo mais uma vez.
Okay, step number 1.
Passo número 1.
Hi, insert name.
Olá e pôr o nome da pessoa.
As crazy as that sounds, go back to your messages.
Por muito que seja, vai voltar às tuas mensagens
I can guarantee you 50% of them did not say their first name.
e garanto que 50% não tem o nome da pessoa.
And that's maybe why you lost them.
E se calhar é por isso que não deixo.
You thought it was your Forex system.
Pensavas que era o teu sistema.
You didn't even say their fucking name, not the Forex system.
Nem sequer disseste o nome da pessoa.
Don't blame network marketing.
Não brinques com essa parte.
Blame the lack of empathy that you have.
Não culpes. Culpa a falta de empatia que tu tiveres.
Okay, one sec. Hi, Samantha.
Olá, Samantha.
I just landed in Lisbon.
Acabei de entrar em Lisboa.
Oh, by the way,
Já agora.
I'm crazy, right? You guys can see it, like I'm a crazy guy.
Eu sou bocadinho maluco.
I will literally say the things that I'm doing on my stories.
Eu vou literalmente dizer que estou a fazer as coisas que tu meti nas minhas histórias.
I just landed in Lisbon. They go back to my stories, they see that I just landed on Lisbon. Think- Think of what you do when somebody messages you. You go back to their profile.
Pensa no que tu fazes quando alguém te manda uma mensagem, faz ao perfil da pessoa.
The moment you lose trust with them, the moment they're not replying back to you.
O momento em que tu perdes a confiança é o momento em que não te vão responder.
I get I'm crazy, but I respect my business.
Eu faço com que eles fiquem malucos, mas eu respeito.
So I treat my business like a fucking business.
Portanto, eu trato o meu negócio como um negócio.
I know that the main component of business is trust.
Eu sei que a maior componente dos negócios é a confiança.
I know that I'll lose their trust.
Eu sei que vou perder a confiança deles.
That if I don't do these small things, I lose their trust.
Se não fizer estas pequenas coisas.
And then I'm going to say, why isn't everybody showing up to the calls? Why does nobody show up to the business opportunity call?
Well, because you didn't show up to your fucking business. You didn't even say their name. You want them to show up to your call? You didn't say their name. You didn't post it on your story. You didn't do any of that. Now you want them to show up to your call?
Tu não fizeste estes pequenos detalhes, não disseste o nome da pessoa, não disseste o que tu estavas a fazer nas tuas histórias. Agora queres que apareça na tua chamada?
So, hey, by the way, I just landed in Lisbon.
Ok, já agora acabei de entrar em Lisboa.
I seen you on the Explore page at this restaurant.
Vi-te na página deste restaurante.
Went through your social media.
Vi as tuas redes sociais.
Hi, so watch. Hi, first name is step number 1.
Portanto, passo número 1. Olá, primeiro nome.
Second thing, what I'm doing.
Segunda coisa, o que é que eu estou a fazer naquele momento?
Third thing, we're doing the same thing and we're in the same place.
Terceira coisa, estamos a fazer a mesma coisa, estamos no mesmo
Ah, I'm building rapport right away.
Estou a criar relação para construir rapport.
I just left this steak restaurant. I seen you on the tags at this steak restaurant.
Acabei de sair deste restaurante e vi tiveste neste restaurante também.
No robot is leaving the steak restaurant.
Nenhum robô está a sair do restaurante.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to not make you guys the actual person that you guys, the fake page that you call out. I'm trying to be like, how can we be the opposite?
Como é que, aquilo que eu estou a ensinar é como é que nós podemos ser o oposto daquilo que fazem as páginas.
Because everybody's messaging somebody to make money online.
Porque toda a gente manda uma mensagem a alguém para fazer dinheiro online.
So how do you just become a fucking human?
Então como é que tu podes tornar esse processo humano?
I just left the steak restaurant. Love your profile. So hi name. Second, we do the same thing or we were in the same place.
Primeiro, nome. Segundo, o que é que eu estou a fazer? Terceiro,
Name. Report. like relationship.
Nome, rapport, que é criar relação.
We have a level of like commonality together in the first 5 seconds.
Temos número de coisas em comum, se calhar nos primeiros 5 segundos.
Compliment
Elogio.
that nobody will ever compliment them on.
Portanto,
That nobody's complimenting them on.
elogio que se calhar normalmente não lhe dão.
But it's because if you drop a compliment to a girl that has the most beautiful hair,
Porque se tu deres elogio a uma rapariga que tem cabelo lindíssimo,
for a fact,
é facto.
you are not the only guy that complimented that girl's hair.
Tu não és o único gajo que deu elogio ao cabelo dessa rapariga.
Eventually,
E eventualmente,
that compliment, they become desensitized to it.
esse elogio, eles perdem sensibilidade a esse elogio.
Not that they're not grateful for it, it just doesn't hit them the same way.
Não que não estejam gratos por esse elogio, mas não nos fazer a mesma forma.
So, you have to do something where, because think of it, you become desensitized to compliments as people.
I would like to make a question. Do you think it's better to do that like writing, audio, or video? Like,
Well, maybe audio is always better than sometimes text, but I would just balance it, right? Because watch this. That's such a good question. I like that it came in.
Eu estava a perguntar, ok, como é que é melhor para fazer? Por mensagem, por áudio, por vídeo? E eu estava a dizer, ok, alguma coisa livre.
So one person's gonna answer your question and say audio's better, right?
Portanto, alguma pessoa vai dizer que se calhar o áudio é melhor.
Then you're gonna go ask Mark, and Mark's gonna say text's better.
E portanto, o Marco pode dizer que é as mensagens.
Then you're gonna go ask Richard, and Richard's gonna say video's better.
E se calhar o vídeo vai dizer que é o melhor vídeo.
So you're like, where the fuck do I start?
Eu penso, ok, o que é que eu faço?
Hasn't that all happened to all of us?
Já.
You don't get a pick.
Tu não escolhes.
You're like, what?
E fica, ok, como assim?
You don't pick whether you want to text them, voice them, or video them.
Tu não escolhes qual das três é que tu vais fazer.
You gotta do all three.
Tens que fazer as três.
And then sometimes you gotta see how they're replying a little bit.
E às vezes tu tens que ver como é que a própria pessoa está a responder.
If you text them the first one,
Se tu envias a primeira mensagem
and then the second one you voice note them,
e a segunda é uma mensagem.
if they don't voice note you back,
E depois manda-te
maybe just text them back.
Manda-te o áudio de volta, se calhar mandas-lhe uma mensagem.
But if they got a big ass mouth like myself and they like voice noting,
Mas se eles gostam de falar e gostam de usar áudio,
stay on their frequency.
fica nessa frequência.
Keep voice noting.
Continua a mandar mensagens de áudio.
We don't get to pick how to. We have to know how our prospects, because remember, we just try to meet our prospects at their frequency, right?
Nós não escolhemos porque nós estamos a tentar encontrar o nosso convidado na frequência que ele
And I don't want to make my prospects feel a little bit weird, like I'm sending off 18 voice notes.
try to stay in
Just, yeah, stay at their flow of conversation. It's a good question, right? Just feel it out. There's no process for that, right? You got to feel it out. Auditorial, visual, kinesthetic, right?
and all of them just try to understand.
Uh-huh. And that's not just on prospecting. That's like your whole business in general, right? Now, I got a different message how I'm as a leader with my company. It's a little bit different, but we'll go into that in a second because I want to stay on flow right now. I'm gonna remember your question. I'm gonna keep going with that question.
Thank you.
Cool? Yeah.
Como o Daniel estava a dizer, ou seja, eu não vou querer ser aquela pessoa que não está ali a mandar 18 áudios e a pessoa depois não está a responder bem aos áudios. Eu não sou de todo.
Okay, so where were we? Hey, Janet. First thing, second thing. I seen you at the Lisbon downtown restaurant.
A primeira coisa, não. Segunda coisa, cá fora eu vi-te naquele restaurante na Baixa.
I just left the restaurant.
Acabei de sair do restaurante.
I work with a lot of people on social media.
Trabalho com muitas pessoas nas redes sociais.
And I just noticed your page because I help a lot of people on social media make money.
E vi a tua página porque, pá, ajudo muitas
I-
pessoas a fazer dinheiro nas redes sociais.
See, I give you a little bit what about I do.
Ou seja, digo um bocadinho daquilo que eu faço.
But I ain't telling you what I do.
Mas não digo o que é que eu faço.
But I'm making it open.
Mas torno isso aberto. Vá.
She's on social media.
Ela está nas redes sociais.
She likes making money.
Ela gosta de fazer.
But that's enough. I'm going to shut my mouth about it
Mas
now.
é suficiente. Agora
I'm just telling you a little bit.
Só digo um pouco.
Then I'm going to compliment you, right?
Depois eu vou elogiar.
Oh, wait, team. I forgot a step here. 1, 2, number 3, because this is going to be 4. Number 3 is insert the benefit just a little bit. Like, just tell them a little bit about what you do.
O terceiro passo a seguir ao rapport é isso, é inserir o benefício. Diz um pouco só daquilo que tu fazes.
So, I noticed you're on social media. I noticed you're at the steak restaurant. I actually help a lot of people on social media make money, but I love your page. You got like 9,000 views on your last reel.
Portanto, eu diz o nome, ok, eu fico no restaurante, fico sempre nos meus sítios, e as redes sociais, ok, tiveste 9 mil visualizações no teu vídeo.
What the heck is it that you do? Question mark.
O que é que tu fazes?
Oh, yes. What happened?
You need.
Oh, how did you guys know? Thank you. So what the heck is it that you, are you just doing your reels for fun? I noticed this about your page. The compliment has to be based on something of who they are, what they're doing.
O elogio tem que ser baseado em algo do que aquilo que a pessoa faz e do que ela está a fazer naquele momento. Ou seja, seja, será que tu fazes os vídeos só por diversão ou fazes vídeos para monetizar, para ganhar dinheiro?
So I notice you have 19,000 plays, or I notice you're pretty active on your social media. What the heck is it that you do? Voice note it.
Ou seja, o áudio do género, fazer um elogio em relação àquilo que a pessoa faz.
Voice note the question.
Ou seja, manda em áudio a pergunta.
Don't ask them a question that says, do you live in Lisbon?
Não façam perguntas de género, vives em Lisboa.
Because that conversation goes nowhere.
Essa conversa não está
As basic as it is, you just said, I want to shut the conversation, I don't want to talk to you.
Por muito básico que seja, a pessoa vai dizer, olha, não quero falar contigo.
So now they reply back to you.
Agora eles respondem,
And now you're in this conversation with them.
estás nesta conversa com essa pessoa,
Now what do you do?
e agora o que é que tu fazes?
What do you do?
O que é que fazemos?
The question becomes this. Daniel, when do I talk about IML or IM?
A pergunta é esta, Daniel, quando é que eu falo da IAM?
Right?
Certo?
Everybody's saying, oh yes, yes, and when do I bring up the business?
Toda a
Right?
gente pensa, sim, sim, quando é que eu falo da IAM?
When do I talk about forex trading online and how much you could potentially make?
Quando é que eu falo do Forex e quando é que eu
When,
falo-
Daniel, is it the seventh sentence?
Eu sei que eu falo-
It's the 10th one, right?
É da décima-
No, like 15 in, when do I gotta do it?
é da 15ª frase. Quando é que eu
There's no 18 messages in, then you talk about it.
Não há estratégia de gerar mensagens e depois falas do negócio.
It's when you find a point in their conversation
É quando tu encontras ponto na conversa
where you feel like they would do well.
onde tu sentes que eles seriam bons.
So if they say, hey, by the way, I'm in finance in school,
Quando eles dizem, já agora, olha, eu estou em finanças na escola,
you could pivot right there if you want.
tu podes pegar nisso,
You could transition right there if you want.
podes fazer aí a transição.
You say, holy shit, three of my business partners are actually like mathematical people like yourself. They're actually in math like yourself.
Do género, olha, tantas pessoas que no teu trabalho também têm esse background.
I have a few quick projects or ideas I would love to run by you. Projects, ideas.
Eu tenho alguns projetos que gostava de falar contigo, projetos, ideias.
If you say I would love to show you my business, nobody cares about your business.
Se tu dizes, olha, gostava de mostrar o meu negócio, ninguém quer saber do teu negócio.
Nobody's teaching this. You want to know why? Because everybody says, hey, you would love, I don't care about your business. The moment I know I have to buy something, I'm out of there.
Na realidade, ninguém ensina isto, a partir do momento em que eu sei comprar algo,
Yeah. I have anytime somebody knows that they have to like join a business or buy something, that's when they leave.
Yeah, porque sempre que as pessoas sentem que têm que juntar um negócio e têm que comprar algo, aí é quando sai, quando deixam mexer.
I have a few different major finance projects
Eu tenho alguns projetos diferentes sobre finanças,
that we're working on specifically in Lisbon right now.
onde estamos a trabalhar especificamente em Lisboa agora neste momento.
We're building a team ground up.
Estamos a construir uma equipa do zero.
Who knows, maybe you could be an amazing asset to us,
Quem sabe, se calhar podia chamar tipo muito bom para nós.
or we'd be an amazing asset to you.
Ou se calhar não é muito bom para ti.
Would love to get your feedback.
Gostava de ter o teu feedback.
Stop. What's that? Okay, team. Don't say, I would love to show you my business, we trade this, we trade that, we trade this, da da da. They're gonna be like, no, right?
Não digo, olha, vou-te mostrar o meu negócio. Não.
I'm talking to my prospect, not at my prospect.
Eu estou a falar com o meu prospect, não para o meu prospect.
Look how I just used their situation back to them.
Entendam como é que eu utilizei a situação em que eles estão para fazer essa transição.
They're in finance, they're in accounting.
Eu estou em finanças, ou em contabilidade.
Has have somebody in the business that was in finance or in accounting?
Aí tem pessoas que estavam em finanças ou em contabilidade.
Okay, does have somebody that's a barber or a hairstylist?
Aí tem pessoas que são.
Does have somebody that's an athlete?
Aí tem atletas.
Does have somebody that's doing a doctorate degree?
Aí tem médicos.
Does have somebody that's in international business?
Aí tem pessoas que têm negócios internacionais.
So why aren't you talking to the prospect?
Então por que é que nós não falamos com a pessoa?
Holy shit, man, I know so many people inside of my business that are in real estate. We're building out a team here with a few different projects ground up. I would love to get your feedback on a few different things. I think you and I would vibe out well. Maybe you could be an asset towards us. We'd be a huge asset towards you. I don't even know at this point.
Portanto, vamos utilizar isso do género. Olha, eu conheço muitas pessoas na IEM que estão, se calhar, também no mercado imobiliário. Se calhar, nós podemos ser um ótimo ativo para ti, um ótimo ativo para nós.
That's the sale. I'm talking to him. That's the sale.
Essa é a venda. Eu estou a falar com a pessoa, estou numa conversa.
This is what builds a level of trust.
E é isto que eu de certo nível de confiança.
My only message that I had for you guys today was this. Learn how to build a level of trust with people.
A melhor mensagem que eu tenho para vocês hoje é: entendam a construir esse nível de confiança com as pessoas.
That, when you make somebody feel like they're important,
Quando tu fazes alguém sentir que é importante,
they start listening to you.
eles começam a ouvir.
I'm talking to you,
Eu estou a falar contigo,
not to everybody,
não para toda a gente,
to you.
para ti.
You guys read that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People?
Leram o livro para fazer
Right?
influenciar pessoas.
I read the book, my first book that I've ever read when I was 13,
O
okay?
primeiro livro que eu li quando tinha 13 anos.
So I'm knocking on doors.
Portanto, eu estou a bater em portas.
My manager comes up to me.
O meu gestor vem para mim.
I should have never had a manager because I was working illegally.
Eu ter gerente por... Sorry, Daniel.
I should have never had a manager because I was working illegally. I was 13. I wasn't legal to work.
Porque eu era muito novo.
But he's seen that I was crazy.
Mas eu vi que eu era maluco.
So he comes up to me, he throws me the book. He's like, read this book.
E este eu veio até mim, manda-me um livro e diz, olha, lê este livro.
And I'm like, what is this shit?
E eu pergunto ao género.
Literally, I threw the book.
E do género, olha, escrevi com o livro.
I'm like, I don't need to win friends. I'm cool. I'm a DJ.
E eu pensava do género, eu não preciso ter mais amigos, eu sou fixe, eu sou DJ.
He's like, yo, did you read the book yet? I'm like, no, dude. Why are you telling me to read the book?
E eu estava do género, já leste o livro? E eu, não, o que é que você está a dizer para o livro?
He's like, read the book.
E eu estava, lê o livro.
So I fuck it, I'm gonna read the book.
E eu pensei que se lixe, olha, vou ler o livro.
I don't even know how to read because I didn't focus in school.
Eu nem sequer me lembro muito bem porque não fiquei na escola.
So I'm reading this book, and to me, it's like gibberish.
Eu estou a ler este livro e para mim é só baboseira.
I'm reading, and like, one sentence stuck out to me in the book.
E depois uma frase destacou-se para mim.
It said, make people feel like they're the most important people in the world when you talk to them.
Do género, faz com que as pessoas sintam que são a pessoa mais importante do mundo quando estás a falar com ela.
Manager comes up to me
O meu gerente vem
the next weekend when I'm knocking on doors.
na próxima semana quando eu estou a bater às portas,
Bro, did you read the book?
diz-me, olha, leste o livro?
I'm like, yeah, I read the whole book.
E eu disse, sim, li o livro todo.
I read like 2 pages.
Tinha lido 2 páginas, na realidade.
I'm like, bro, and the book, I love the freaking book. The best sentence when he said, make people feel like they're the most special person in the world.
E eu disse, eu li o livro. E aquela frase que eu digo, faz com que as pessoas sintam que são a pessoa mais importante do mundo.
He's like, that's an important one.
E ele disse, essa é importante.
And then I started saying, wait, how about if I actually do that?
E eu comecei a pensar, então e se eu realmente fizesse isso?
So when I was knocking on doors,
Quando eu estava a bater às portas,
I'd be like, how do I make this person feel like they're the most special person in the neighborhood?
eu pensava
In
assim,
my
como é
head.
que eu faço que esta pessoa sinta que é a pessoa mais importante deste bairro?
Holy shit, Janet, you have a piece of grass? I don't know how you keep your grass so clean, amazing, because everybody else's sucks. High five on you.
Eu dizia do género, pá, Jennifer, eu não consigo entender como é que a mesa dela tão impecável,
And
o resto do pessoal não é assim, está cá mais chique.
Every single time I would ask a question,
E sempre que eu fazia uma pergunta,
I'd be like, let me go a little bit deeper on their answer.
deixa-me ir um pouco mais a fundo na resposta da pessoa.
What is it that you do? Oh, Daniel, I'm in hairstyling.
O que é que tu fazes? Olha, Daniel, eu sou cabeleireira.
And in my head, make them feel like they're the most important person in the world.
Eu penso, tenho que fazer a pessoa sentir-se
That's it,
importante.
just that's it. Don't go to the next question, just stay on that answer.
A próxima pergunta já tem.
If they're in fucking hairstyling, they might like it.
Se eles são cabeleireiros é porque gostam.
Don't talk about what you're about to sell them at the door.
Não falo já do que é que tu vais vender.
Janet, how the heck did you get into hairstyling?
Janet, como é que tu entraste nessa profissão?
I'm talking to Janet now.
Agora eu estou a falar com
I'm not talking to the rest of the neighbors.
Eu estou a falar com o resto dos
But you want to know what's because you guys read that book, right? Do you remember that line where it says that in the book? It's like on one of the chapter recaps.
Está no capítulo, está na capitulação dos capítulos.
Actually, fuck, now that I think of it,
Na realidade,
because I read that book multiple times when I was young after,
e porque acabei de ler esse livro mais
because I'm like, oh shit, that actually works.
porque fez sentido.
They said another thing in the side of that book that I just subconsciously wrote out on that board. What was it?
Outra coisa que eu subconscientemente escrevi naquele quadro.
Why don't we do it inside of the DM? He said the name.
Eu disse o nome
The name. Why don't we do it in the DM? Right?
da most beautiful sound what can be is.
Yeah, it's the sound of like their own name, right? You guys always hear it inside of your business. So watch, I'm trying to talk to the prospect. I'm on the thing. Hey, by the way, we help so many people inside of real estate, crush it inside of our business. I think you would be a good asset to us. I think we'd be a good asset to you, but I don't even know right now.
Portanto, eu estou a falar com a pessoa e eu incluo aquilo que a própria pessoa faz. Olha, eu e tu podias calhar ser um ativo muito bom para a nossa equipa, como nós um ativo muito bom também para ti.
So I'm going through this conversation, right?
Portanto, eu estou a conversar com a pessoa.
And then I say, hey, I stopped them in the conversation. That's what you gotta do. You gotta stop somebody.
Depois tu paras a pessoa da conversa.
And you start, while you're having a conversation with them, you gotta say, hey, by the way, Janet, as we're talking right now about what you do,
Mas já agora, já que estamos a falar daquilo que tu fazes,
something just came to my head.
eu percebi-me de algo.
We have so many people inside of our, that's how you pivot.
E é aí que tu fazes essa transição.
Because it doesn't seem like it's scripted.
Porque não parece guião.
You guys understand?
Entende?
Because nobody likes somebody that follows a script.
Porque ninguém gosta de uma pessoa que
So-
segue guião.
So now you're like, something just popped up inside of my own head.
Então, do género, olha, lembrei-me de algo, mas não vale.
When you said you're a hairstylist, I'm like, holy shit, we work with so many hairstylists inside of my business.
Quando tu disseste que és cabeleireira, pá, na realidade nós trabalhamos com muitos cabeleireiros no nosso
Boom, I got your attention.
Já tens a tua atenção.
Every speaker that you guys listen to for the remainder of your career, you want to know what they do?
Todos os speakers que depois vocês ouvirem na vossa carreira, sabem o que é que eles fazem?
They have this process inside of their head that they follow from the beginning of the talk to the end of the talk.
Eles têm este processo na cabeça deles que eles seguem desde o início até ao fim.
And just to show you that they're powerful and good,
E só para te mostrar que eles são poderosos e bons,
the speakers in here are like, yo, don't tell them my secrets.
e os speakers dizem, não digas os meus segredos.
They'll stop halfway,
Eles param ao meio
they'll stop halfway and be like, wait, it was like a story that, and they'll go into a story.
e depois vão para uma história.
And then you'll think that that's completely unscripted, that was completely natural. They just did it, just hit their head right there.
E tu pensas que literalmente não estavam programados, que desapareceu ali na cabeça deles naquele momento.
But that fucking person knows exactly what they're doing.
Mas aquela pessoa sabe exatamente aquilo que está a fazer.
The people that talk on stages know what I'm talking about.
As pessoas falam nos
They're like, oh yeah, I had to get my audience's attention, so I had to show them that it wasn't scripted.
Eu tinha que ter a atenção da minha audiência, eu tinha que mostrar que não estava simplesmente.
And the human brain starts listening to that.
E o cérebro das pessoas é que está atento àquilo que estás a dizer.
Am I right?
Eles seguem.
So you do the same thing inside of sales. Hey, by the way, as we are talking, I just thought of something. It's like, you guys see what I'm doing right now?
E fazemos o mesmo evento, ou seja, se quando eu estou a falar a alguém, olha, eu percebi mesmo de algo agora.
I think you would be amazing for us.
Acho que tu poderias ser incrível para nós.
I think we would crush it with you. Whatever.
Eu sei que nós
Win-win.
podemos ser ótimos também sobre o pedaço.
Don't give them everything.
Não deixes tudo,
But I don't even know if we benefit each other.
mas eu nem sequer sei desse lado de potencial.
And this is the main point. When you're booking a meeting,
E esta é a
right?
parte importante, quando estás a agendar uma reunião,
What don't you want to say?
o que é que tu não queres dizer?
Jump on a 45-minute presentation with us tomorrow.
Olha, temos uma apresentação sobre 45 minutos.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not doing any presentation.
Desliga, não vá apresentação.
How many people here said jump on a present? You went through the whole conversation.
Quantas pessoas disseram?
Then you said jump on a business business presentation tomorrow.
Quantas pessoas disseram? Ok, foram uma conversa inteira, depois disseram, olha, amanhã temos uma apresentação.
And that person actually said okay.
E aquela pessoa disse, ok.
And that person didn't show up.
E aquela pessoa não apareceu.
Raise of hands. You want to know why?
Sabem porquê?
Because they had to go to that business presentation and they felt like they had to buy something.
Porque eles foram a essa apresentação e sentiram que iam comprar algo.
And anytime you hear in your subconscious brain, meeting, presentation,
Porque tu sempre ouves no teu subconsciente, reunião, apresentação,
you are programmed not to buy.
tu estás programado para não comprar.
You're programmed not to sign.
Tu estás programado para não descrever.
You are programmed not to tell a salesperson, I like this.
Tu estás programado para não dizer à pessoa que está a vender que gostaste.
That's why when you go inside of a mall and you go buy something,
É por isso que quando tu vais ao centro comercial e vais comprar algo,
and the salesperson asks you, hey, so what are you looking for?
o vendedor pergunta-te, olha, o que é que estás à procura?
You're like, no, thank you, I'm just shopping around, thank you.
Então, obrigado, resolve.
You know exactly what you want to buy.
Tu sabes exatamente aquilo que queres comprar.
You're a little bit confused, but you're looking for something.
Tu estás um bocadinho confuso, mas estás à procura de algo.
But the moment you tell them,
Mas no momento em que tu me
you
dizes,
know they're going to try to sell you something.
tu sabes que eles te vão tentar vender algo.
So you don't want to tell them nothing.
Portanto, tu não lhes queres dizer nada.
Because we're programmed not to talk to salespeople.
Porque nós estamos programados a não falar
We're
com os
programmed to defend everything.
Nós estamos programados a defender-nos de tudo.
We're not programmed to say, yes, I'm ready to buy.
Nós estamos programados para dizer sim, estou pronto para comprar.
So when you say my presentation, they're like, okay, this is cool. Oh, they go to bed at nighttime. Oh, they're going to try to sell me something tomorrow.
Portanto, quando dizem a minha apresentação, quando eles estão a deitar-se, eles pensam assim, eles vão tentar vender algo amanhã.
Hey, Janet, I think you'd be the right fit for us. Let's jump on.
Eu diria algo do género, Jonathan, eu acho que tu podias encontrar connosco.
How many times did I say this, team? I said, don't lock in a meeting.
Quantas vezes eu disse isso? Não marca uma reunião,
No meeting.
não te chamem reunião.
Just jump on,
Simplesmente, olha, bora,
hop on,
bora saltar para uma chamada.
bounce on. Like just like it has to be like this, just like jump on. That's it. Like come out, leave. Like just jump on a quick 10-minute call.
Sim, sim, só uma chamada rápida de 10 minutos.
And just pop on a quick 10-minute call.
Bora só fazer uma chamada de 10 minutos.
I'm gonna see, what you got going on to see if you're the right fit for us.
Eu quero perceber como é que tu és para perceber se tu tens mais as
Then I'll show you exactly what it is that we're doing.
Depois a partir daí é que já te mostro exatamente o que estamos a fazer.
If I feel like you're the right fit.
Se eu sentir que tu és a pessoa certa,
Tomorrow 5 p.m. work best? Question mark.
amanhã às 5 da tarde, está bem para ti? Ponto.
That's it.
Está bem.
Watch, team, 1 second. So I started off in door-to-door sales.
Portanto, eu comecei a vender porta a porta.
13 to 19 years old.
Dos 3 aos 19.
then I got into a sign of a bad period of my life, which was university. Now I'm playing. The reason why it was my bad period of my life is because if I just stayed what I was doing, I would have been making hundreds of thousands of dollars by the age of 21, 22.
A única razão pela qual eu digo isto é porque não faria o dinheiro que faço na idade de velho.
And my parents were middle class and they went from middle class to lower middle class because they broke up when I was young.
E os meus pais eram classe média, eles foram de classe média para classe média baixa porque se separaram quando eu era novo.
So my definition of success was not do what you love.
Portanto, a minha definição de sucesso não era fazer aquilo que gostas.
My parents' definition of success was not follow your dreams.
A definição de sucesso dos meus pais não era segue os teus sonhos.
They said you got to go to school to make a lot of money.
Eles disseram tens de ir para a escola para fazer muito dinheiro.
That's what success was to them.
E sucesso era isso para eles.
But I realized it was a fucking lie since I was young.
Mas eu entendi que isso era uma mentira. Desde que era...
And like if somebody says like the number one thing I got sold on was like making a lot of money when I was young, that was what I got sold on. Does that make sense? Like because I knew at a young age when I was 13 I was making money on the weekend. 14 I was making money on the weekend. 15 I was making money on the weekend. Then somebody said go to school if you want to make a lot of money because that's what success is in our parents' head. Financial freedom, have some freedom, make some money. I know that was a lot.
Eu na altura eu fazia aquilo que me chamava realmente a atenção era o dinheiro. Não era o facto dos meus pais me dizerem olha, tens que ir para a escola para ser bem sucedido, ou aos 13, aos 14 anos já fazia dinheiro na escola. Então isso era aquilo que realmente me puxava naquela altura.
So I got sold by my parents.
Portanto, os meus pais venderam essa ideia.
And my aunts, my uncles, my teachers, everybody sold me.
Toda a gente vendeu essa ideia.
I still to today say, how the fuck did they sell me so well?
Eu ainda hoje me penso assim,
I was doing so good. Like guys, I was the kid with always money. You would have thought I was selling drugs. Door-to-door sales. My company would pay me in cash because I wasn't allowed to work legally.
nas vendas porta a porta, as minhas empresas pagavam com dinheiro que eu ainda não tinha idade para trabalhar.
So I'm already walking around with money in my pocket like this at school.
Eu já tenho muito dinheiro, não tenho quanto ainda estou na escola.
Literally, like when we had to go out, I was a kid that paid for food and everything, right? Then they said go to. I got sold on this thing, school, right?
Quando eu saí, eu era aquele que pagava tudo. Depois venderam-me essa ideia, ok, deixa eu ir para a escola.
And I didn't give a shit about dreams. I didn't give a shit about education. I didn't care about that.
Então não cagava para sonhos, para educação.
I cared about money when I was young. Say what you want to say, I gave a shit about money.
E eu queria saber o dinheiro quando era mais novo.
I didn't have it, I didn't come from it, and in my head I'm like, holy shit, I'm making it.
Eu não vinha de pais ricos, portanto na minha cabeça eu estava já não queria, vou fazer.
And then somebody said in their head, no, you're not doing well, go to school.
E alguém disse, e eu ficou na minha cabeça, não, tu não estás a sair bem, vai para a escola.
So I said, okay, let me go to the school thing. I think they're telling me I can make more money then in my head.
E eu pensei, ok, deixa-me ir para a escola, porque na minha cabeça eu pensei, se calhar vou fazer mais dinheiro.
But I'm already making $1,000 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mas já estou a fazer $1,000, sexta, sábado e domingo.
$4,000 a month.
4.000 por mês.
My mom, dad, and teachers, aunts, uncles are not making $4,000 a month.
E as pessoas que estão a volta
So
mais, não fazem isso.
I'm walking into school thinking I'm gonna make $20,000 a month.
Então eu na escola pensava que vou fazer 20
No. Sorry. Literally, I think I'm going in. I think the moment I come out, I'm a multimillionaire. And so, like the third like semester or the second semester, I have people like going through like the jobs that you get after the program, and it's the average salary of the jobs: 35,000, 40,000, 60,000. One guy's like, bro, when I'm an engineer, I'm making 70,000. I'm like, wait, what the fuck? I was well on the way to make this if I just stayed knocking on these doors. Why am I now going to spend 30,000? And by the way, everybody's talking about the money thing still. But I already figured out the money thing. So when then a teacher stood up on second semester and said, hey, by the way, if you guys think you're going to make money right away coming out of this, you guys got to climb the job and pay your dues. So after 4 years, you're not going to make 100,000 after 4 years. And I'm looking at this teacher, I'm like, and I looked at my girlfriend at the time and said, babe, I don't know what we're doing here.
Eu olhei para a minha namorada na altura e disse, pá,
But I said, today, I'm dropping out. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, this guy just said we can't make 100,000 out of school.
ela perguntou, mas porquê? Este gajo disse que nós não conseguimos fazer 100 mil para a escola.
I'm like, I'm broke now in my pocket. No more dinners, first of all, because I just spent it on this school thing. And number two, babe, you live in this city?
Eu vivo nesta cidade,
I live an hour and a half away,
eu vivo a 1h30.
and I don't think I'm coming back to the city. So, love you, kiss you, but we're never gonna see each other again because I'm gonna go back to work.
Mas eu vou voltar para esta cidade toda, eu gosto muito, mas acho que não vou voltar a ver.
So, I left and I dropped out that day. She's like, where are you going?
Ela disse, onde é que tu vais? Eu sei, provavelmente.
I'm like, if you want to make love and have sex, let's do it right now because last time we're gonna do it. Last time. It's gonna be right now. In the lecture hall. Because I'm not coming back. So we did it. We had 2 kids in the lecture hall. No, I'm kidding. So I left and I just got back into sales. So when I got back into sales, I'm like, okay, wait. Let me get back into this sales thing. I think I have it figured out. I don't know what sales, but let me get back into sales.
Portanto, eu saí da faculdade, voltei para as vendas. Eu
So I-
não sabia tudo, mas deixa-me lá entender melhor como é que eu vou.
I still see the whiteboard. You see where it says meeting, right? I'm getting towards the story to this meeting thing.
Portanto, a história vai em relação à reunião, aquilo que está no whiteboard.
So I land a sales job over the telephone again.
Portanto, através do telefone eu consigo atrair.
And at this point, I'm taking sales like university in my head.
E nesta altura eu levo as vendas como universidade.
I'm buying a book every single day.
Compro livro todos os dias.
I have this sales job of making commissions on the phone. I'm doing well.
Eu tenho aquele trabalho que faço comissões em vendas.
And I start buying all the coaches, the mentor, the services.
E começo a comprar todos os mentores, todos os serviços, tudo.
And then at like 21, I'm like, this is it. I fucking know everything about sales.
E aos 21 eu penso, já está, já sei tudo sobre vendas.
So I start getting a little bit crazy.
Portanto, começo a ficar bocadinho mais maluco.
I'm like, let me apply to the biggest corporate sales jobs in the world, like medical sales.
Deixa-me aplicar-me, realmente deixa-me apresentar o meu currículo aos melhores trabalhos de vendas do mundo.
And I'm doing well on my telephone sales job.
E eu estou a sair bem nas minhas vendas por telefone.
So I go to my brother, I'm like, Steve,
Portanto, eu pergunto ao meu irmão,
make me a fake resume.
faz-me currículo falso.
Tell them I graduated with a medical degree.
Diz que eu tenho um curso de medicina.
Again, because I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I care about the end result. Say whatever you, but Daniel, I don't care. I'm locked in. I need to make more money now. I tapped out at my job. My brother's like, but you're never gonna, I'm like, I don't give a shit about their opinion when they don't hire me. This was my mindset. I was like obsessed. I'm like, no, I'm obsessed with the sales thing. I need to keep going farther. I said, Steve, put the fucking fake medical thing. Put it, fake, school, fake. 5 years medical degree, biomedical.
Eu tive um momento, pá, põe isso falso que eu não quero saber, eu quero saber do resultado, eu queria ganhar mais dinheiro naquela altura. Eu simplesmente pedi ao meu irmão, Steve, eu não quero saber, tens por aí que se eu não aceitar, eu não importa.
And my brother's making the resume, by the way,
O meu
because
irmão vai saber para fazer o currículo.
of course it's Daniel. I'm not good at making a resume. So my brother's like, you're an idiot. I'm like, I know. Put the medical. I'm like, is it there? Okay, it's there. I'm like, yo. I'm like, dude, it doesn't look right. I'm like, can you add this year to that year I was in corporate sales? He's like, dude, what do you? He's like, all right. So he,
Não parece que eu digo, podes adicionar que neste ano eu estava em vendas também.
I did 1,000 sales interviews for a corporate medical job.
Eu consigo milhares de vendas para o trabalho que eu queria entrar.
One guy got fired and they said, okay, we'll accept you for 2 weeks.
E houve gajo que foi despedido e nessa entrevista disseram, ok, nós...
That 2 weeks turned into,
Duas semanas.
sorry, that 2 weeks turned into 3.5 years.
Essas 2 semanas transformaram-se em 3 anos.
I was a baby. I didn't even have a suit that could fit me.
Eu era um bebê, nem sequer havia fato de serviço.
In the first week, I took my dad's suit. I'm the youngest kid to be working a medical sales job.
Sou mais um que realmente está a trabalhar no trabalho do género.
Going out with doctors, VPs of hospitals, and I think I'm a big shot here.
Com médicos.
So, for the first 6 months, my job,
Primeiros 6 meses do trabalho,
you guys think it's hard to book meetings on Instagram?
acham que é fácil, é difícil agendar reuniões no Instagram.
I had to go inside of hospitals and book meetings with doctors, and I'm 21.
Eu tinha 21 e entrar em hospitais e tinha que agendar reuniões com médicos.
Yeah, nobody booked a meeting with me for the first 3 months. Nobody.
E nos 3 primeiros meses ninguém agendou nenhuma reunião comigo.
So I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? Because I'm like, I'm not going to be a robot. There's a problem, and thank God people are buying my products, or I would have been fired because I already had people buying my products. So the salary was keeping me comfortable as I was learning.
Eu já tinha um salário, o salário estava a manter confortável quando eu estava a trabalhar. Mas a realidade é como é que eu faço que estas pessoas realmente marquem estas reuniões comigo?
So I'm like, if I can't book a meeting,
Portanto, se eu não consigo agendar uma reunião,
Then I can't close on a product.
não consigo fechar as pessoas.
Then I get fired.
Sou despedido,
Then my grandparents slap me across the face.
depois os meus avós dão uma chapada.
And they say, I told you you were an idiot, go to school.
Eu disse, olha, devias ter ficado.
And I'm like, fuck that, I never want to hear that from my grandparents. Figure out this meeting thing.
Disse, eu não quero ouvir isso, tenho que resolver isto.
So then I started switching it up with doctors.
Portanto, eu comecei a mudar a minha conversa com os médicos.
I would call them before I went to their hospital.
Eu ligava-lhes antes de ir para o hospital.
And instead of saying, hey, Dr. Richard,
E a vez de dizer, olha, Dr. Richard,
instead of saying, hey, by the way, I'm going to be at your hospital, let's do a 1 hour meeting, we have some new products.
já agora, olha, vamos fazer uma reunião de uma hora, temos alguns produtos novos.
I'd say, hey, Richard, by the way, I'm in your hospital tomorrow.
Eu dizia, olha, doutor, eu vou estar no seu hospital amanhã.
It's Daniel from XYZ Company.
É a Nil da empresa XYZ.
We service a lot of the stuff in your hospital and a lot of the products inside of your hospital.
Nós já fornecemos muitos produtos dentro do seu hospital.
I need to pop by your office for 5 minutes tomorrow.
Eu preciso aparecer simplesmente 5 minutos no seu escritório.
That way I can give you all the updated things that you need as a surgeon inside of the hospital.
Assim posso manter a levar todas as informações que nós temos enquanto cirurgião no hospital.
So whenever you need to change your products in the near future,
Para quando precisar de mudar os seus produtos no futuro próximo,
at least that way you have the information.
agora já tem a informação.
I'm gonna pop by for 5 minutes. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. works best.
Vou só aparecer durante 5 minutos, amanhã às vezes não funcionará.
By the way, that 5 minutes always turned into 3 hours.
Se quiser, transformar sempre em 3 horas.
I would like literally like walk inside the door too when I pop in. I'd
Já eu disse que já passei, já vá lá, 5 minutos.
I'd open up the door. I'm like, is it good to pop in right now for 5 minutes?
E eu era do género, ok, só 5 minutos, posso entrar agora muito
Like, yeah, sit down. I'm like, fuck yes. 2 hours ago.
Entra e eu, ok, já 2 horas.
And not just popping in and popping out because he's like, okay, it's not a meeting. Because think of it, a doctor is so fast. He's not going to give me an hour of his time, right?
O médico trabalha depressa, não vai dar 2 horas do tempo dele sinal já todo.
So I popped in. First, my language was, I'm going to jump in and jump out 5 minutes.
Portanto, eu entrava rapidamente, a minha linguagem era essa, 5 minutos.
Then I also said, I'm not going to come to your hospital and sell you anything.
Eu não vou, e depois eu dizia, eu não vou ao hospital e simplesmente vender algo.
I said, I'm going to give you the tools and resources, or I'm going to give you the information
Eu dizia só, vou dar os recursos, vou dar a informação
when you do need to buy a product in the near future.
para quando preciso comprar produto no futuro próximo.
At least that way you can make an informed and educated decision in the next couple
Pelo
years.
menos nessa altura vais poder tomar uma decisão informada para o próximo ano.
This doctor's like, oh, fuck, it's not a salesperson. He's just coming in and giving me information.
E o médico estava já não é um vendedor, vem só dar alguma informação.
That's it. Next thing you know, I'm writing up an invoice and an order at his office, but it was just information.
O médico já estava a escrever uma fatura passada.
You gotta give the clients, hey, jump on the call.
Vocês têm que dizer aos clientes, olha, entra só aí rápido na chamada,
That way, whenever you are ready to start a business or you want to ever make money online,
para quando quiseres fazer dinheiro online ou quando quiseres pronto para começar um negócio,
you can give me a hit back in the next 6 months to a year, or you have us in the back of your pocket for the future.
tu podes entrar em contato comigo nos próximos 6 meses ou um ano e tu sabes quanto tempo vai no futuro.
So they jump on the meeting. Do you guys get it?
Portanto, eles entram muito rapidamente na chamada.
You don't have to show them that they have to buy something on meeting.
Não tens que mostrar que eles têm que comprar já algo na chamada.
Just tell them, hey, by the way, when you are ready to do something like this, at least you know how people are making money online. 5 p.m. work best. That's it.
E diz simplesmente, ok, olha, pelo menos quando quiseres fazer dinheiro online, já sabes que tens aqui algo para ti. 5 minutos. Amanhã às 5 está bem para ti e já está.
Okay, team. Let's dude, does that say an hour and 30 minutes?
Yes.
I had it in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm doing 35 minutes to 45 minutes. All right, you guys want to do some Q&A quickly? By the way, did that help? Did that help or no? I know super quick. All right, let's do some Q&A. Who has questions? Let's ask some questions here. Who has some questions? My guy in the white hat.
I actually had a question before when we spoke about the audios and the videos. When you see that the conversation is dying or they're leaving you on read, would you like to pump it up again? Would you like send an audio if you just meet?
Oh, I like that question. Can you translate the question? So when people leave you on read, how do you follow up with them? Like, how many messages are we doing?
Yeah, basicamente, malta, a pergunta é assim, quando as pessoas dão vista, ok, e eu estava a falar com as pessoas, mas as pessoas dão vista de conversa móvel, como é que se pode
Okay, let's write this down.
You
You have to have posture on your follow-up.
tens que ter postura no teu follow-up.
So what happens is people lose posture on follow-up.
O que acontece é que as pessoas perdem a postura durante o follow-up.
So I'm going to answer that question in all scenarios, okay?
Portanto, eu vou responder a esta pergunta em todo
When you try to bring them to a meeting,
quando Quando tentas trazê-los para uma reunião,
When you bring them to a meeting, but then they don't follow up with you and they leave you on read?
quando trazes para a reunião, mas eles não fazem follow-up e deixas uma pista,
How do we follow up with somebody without losing the posture?
como é que nós fazemos o follow-up para alguém sem perder a postura?
This is where you lose posture. Hey, Ricardo, are you ready to get started?
E é assim que perdes postura. Ah, Ricardo, nós podemos começar.
You lost all fucking posture.
Perdeste a postura toda.
Why?
Ok?
Because if they were ready, they would do what?
Porque se eu estivesse pronto, eles vão fazer o quê?
I'm ready. So you never follow up saying, are you ready to get started? Hey, just checking in, reminding you that it's the last day for the sale. They know the last day for the sales.
Do género, tu digas, olha, é o último dia da promoção, por exemplo.
They've been watching your stories.
Eles sabem, eles têm visto a tua história.
The only person I ever want a reminder from is my mother.
A única pessoa da qual eu quero lembrete é
Daniel, or a check-in call. Or a check-in, like, hey, I'm just checking in, how are things?
do género, olha, tu fala uma vez como é que nós fazemos.
I do not want a salesperson checking in with me.
Eu não quero uma pessoa de vendas simplesmente a perceber como é que eu estou.
Just checking in. Who are you? I don't need to be checked in on.
Eu não preciso que vejam.
So Daniel, what do we do?
Então, Daniel, o que é que fazemos?
So they're on a meeting, they leave the meeting, they don't message you back, you message them, then they leave you on ghost, they leave you on read,
Portanto, a reunião acontece, tu mandas mensagem, eles recebem mensagem no gestor.
and then some people message them every single day,
E algumas pessoas mandam mensagens todos os dias,
but obviously you're not doing enough work if you're messaging one person every single day.
mas não estás a trabalhar o suficiente, estás simplesmente a mandar mensagens a uma pessoa todos os dias.
First, it's an internal thing, like, how much do you actually need that person that you're following up that person every single freaking day?
Primeiro é uma coisa interna. Porquê é que tu precisas assim tanto dessa pessoa que tu estás a mandar mensagens todos os dias?
Daniel, I don't have this person, she's not following up with me. Person? One? Why are you telling me about one person?
Do género, quando dizes às vezes, Daniel, mas esta pessoa, porquê é que estás a falar só de uma pessoa?
One person. What do you mean, what? You want to hit $100,000 a month in your business and you're talking about a singular person?
Como assim uma pessoa, tu queres, sei lá, puxar centenas de pessoas e estás a falar de uma pessoa?
As a mentor and a coach, your team needs to come to you with problems saying, hey, listen, I'm hitting up these 25 people and this is what they're saying. Now this person's actually doing fucking work.
Enquanto mentor, tu queres que a tua equipa venha até ti e diga, olha, estou a falar com estas 25 pessoas e este é os problemas que aparecem. Isso é trabalhar.
The problem's too small.
O problema aqui é demasiado pequeno.
Daniel, I hit up this one person and they didn't reply back to me. First of all, Janet, go hit up another 100 people. Sorry, please.
Do género,
What?
tu pergunta, olha, eu falei com esta pessoa, ela não me respondeu, a primeira coisa que eu vou responder agora.
So Janet goes to hit up another 100 people.
Portanto, a Janet vai falar com mais 100 pessoas.
And now she comes back with a problem that is a little bit more specific because 30 people left her on red.
E agora ela volta com um problema que é um bocadinho mais específico, porque agora 30 pessoas não lhe responderam.
Now we're working with a real problem
Agora estão-se a trabalhar com um real problema.
because it's not based off one conversation.
Porque não é baseado só numa conversa.
So what do you do when everybody's leaving you on read?
E então o que é que tu fazes com toda a gente que está à vista?
You keep working your business,
Continuas a trabalhar no teu negócio.
you stay in posture,
Mantens a tua postura.
you pretend like you have 100,000 in the bank account,
Tu finges que tens 100 mil na tua
you're
conta.
already chairman 100,
Já és chairman de 100.
you're fucking busy,
Estás ocupado.
you forgot to message them back, it's been 2 days,
Tu te esqueceste de mandar mensagem de volta, já passaram 2 dias.
and then you voice note back Ricardo,
E depois mandas um áudio
and you say, Ricardo,
e diz, Ricardo,
hey, by the way, I was thinking about you last week.
já agora, pá, estava a pensar em ti na semana passada.
Completely my fault. After our conversation, I didn't follow up with you in the last 3 days.
Completamente culpa minha, pá, depois da nossa conversa não falei contigo nos...
They left you on red in the last text.
E eles deram literalmente vista na última conversa.
My fault. I was super busy. I should have messaged you back. But as I'm sending you this voice note, Ricardo,
E dizes, pá, mas culpa minha, devia ter mandado uma mensagem de volta. Enquanto estás a enviar o áudio,
I'm literally looking above on our message and you didn't reply back to me.
estou a olhar e fico que tu não me respondeste.
Hey, by the way, you might be way too busy right now.
Já, pá, pode estar ocupado agora.
You see how, first of all, I took accountability, like I'm busy. I forgot to message you. I'm busy. Who says that?
Em primeiro lugar, eu estou ocupado, eu tenho responsabilidade. Eu pego com a culpa.
So, hey, by the way, I noticed when I looked above, you didn't reply back to me.
Eu falei quando olhei para cima que tu não me respondeste.
I completely understand. Maybe right now it's not the right time and you may be way too busy.
Entendo perfeitamente, se calhar agora não é a altura certa, pode estar muito ocupado.
And by the way, working in online business is not for everybody.
E trabalhar em negócios online não é para toda a gente.
And I understand that,
E eu percebo isso,
being a team coach and a leader inside of my organization.
sendo um líder e um coach dentro da minha organização.
But I think if you and I partner up, we would crush it just because you already know a lot about business.
Mas eu acho que, pá, se nós nos juntássemos, nós íamos literalmente aproveitar com isto, já sabes muito sobre o negócio.
So watch the language. It's like, hey, you know, I know it's not right for everybody, but I just want to let you know, I think we'd be good. It's like a pull and push, you know?
Entenda a linguagem, tu dás aqui, do género, eu sei que não é para toda a gente, mas eu acho que nós não temos nada tanto bem enquanto sócios.
But it's fine. I know not everybody wants to make money from social media,
Mas tudo bem, eu sei que toda a gente quer fazer dinheiro com as redes sociais.
right? Let me know by the end of today at 8 p.m.
Simplesmente diz-me até o final do dia de hoje às 8.
That way, you know, we can close this conversation
Dessa maneira nós podemos fechar aqui esta conversa.
and I can onboard my next business partner.
E eu posso preparar em trazer a próxima pessoa para o
Let me know by the end of today at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Diz-me simplesmente até o final do dia de hoje às 8.
Fucking be the Chairman 100. Shut the door on the voice note and make them seem that you're fucking busy. Like, let me know by the end of today. Oh, sorry, one sec. Let me know by the end of guys, keep it down. By today at 8 p.m. Eastern. That way, you know, we can follow up on the conversation. Have the posture like somebody that's fucking busy. Y'all are just sitting down like this, like, so let me know by the end of this week. The end of this week? What do you mean the end of this week? You tell somebody let me know what to follow up, they're gonna follow up with you never. People, sorry, guy, keep going.
Diz-me do género só até ao final do dia. Não me deixa até ao final da semana. Deixa tempo para não posso ser do género. Olha, diz-me até ao final do dia. Não é. Olha, diz-me hoje até ao final do dia.
People will respect your time to the degree that you respect your own time.
As pessoas só respeitam o meu tempo até ao nível em que tu não respeitas o teu tempo.
Oh, but they never follow up with me. Yeah, because you didn't create a boundary.
Mas as pessoas nunca mandaram mensagem para você porque tu não criaste aquela bandeira.
So you just said let me know.
Tu simplesmente disseste, olha, diz-me quando puderes.
Let me know by the end of today at 8 p.m. Guys, keep it down. Martha, let me know by the end of today at 8 p.m. Eastern. That way we can close the conversation. I can onboard my next person.
Tem que ser do género, olha, diz-me até ao final do dia de hoje.
Sorry, guys, my brain's going crazy right now. Wait. There's so many things inside of my head where I'm a fucking boss to the other person. Like there's so many words and language that I'm using that it's small words that put you on a pedestal and have posture.
Há muitas coisas que eu tenho dentro da minha cabeça que realmente colocam numa posição em que tu mantens aquela postura perante esta autoridade.
One was the time, right? Because I said, let me know by today, 8 p.m.
Primeiro foi que eu disse o tempo, tens que dizer até hoje ao final do dia às 8.
The other one was saying, I think you would do well, but I know not everybody wants to make money online.
A segunda foi, eu sei que tu irias dar bem, mas toda a gente quer fazer dinheiro.
So I was kicking you out.
Portanto, do género estou-te a mandar para fora.
The other one was my actual physiology.
A terceira foi mesmo a minha fisiologia.
You're not outperforming your physiology.
Tu nunca vais ser melhor se a tua fisiologia não combinar.
Nobody's talking about this thing.
Ninguém fala sobre isso.
So if your physiology is like,
Se a tua fisiologia é do género.
let me know by today at 8. Look at your physiology. That's your body movement. It sucks. It's weak.
Vê a tua postura corporal. É fraca, estás sentado.
Get active. Get active. Fucking run. Hey, guys, keep it down. Look at your physiology. Get active.
Tens de estar ativo, corre, se for preciso.
You gotta be resourceful. But Daniel, I'm just in my bedroom. Make it seem like you're in an office.
Tens de ter recursos, mas Daniel, estou no meu quarto. Faz com que seja muito vida.
What do you guys think? You're gonna have a mansion and then you're gonna have good physiology?
O que é que pensam? Primeiro tem uma mansão e depois aí já vão ter uma fisiologia só.
You're in your fucking office. There's 100,000 employees inside the office.
Se estás no teu escritório, há 100 mil pessoas no teu escritório.
Slam the door.
Fecha a porta.
Hey, I just gotta jump on my next meeting.
Olha, tenho que entrar na minha próxima reunião.
Your physiology, the way you're moving, creates your language.
A tua fisiologia, a maneira como tu te movimentas, cria a tua linguagem.
Monitor the physiology of your life.
Tens de monitorizar a fisiologia que tens durante ao longo da tua vida.
You don't get good physiology when you make a lot of money. You don't have better posture when you make a lot of money.
Se tu precisas da tua fisiologia não melhora quando tu fazes.
You gotta have the good posture and have the good physiology to make a lot of money.
Primeiro tens a boa postura e a boa fisiologia, depois fazes o que tu tens.
You see what and then I said, hey, whether or not, let me know by the day at 8 p.m. Eastern. That way I can close the conversation, I said, and onboard my next business partner. I got a lot of business partners.
Depois eu tenho lugar, pá, eu tenho muitas pessoas que também se querem ajudar a mim, portanto diz-me até ao final do dia, que é para eu saber se eu posso dar a vossa pessoa.
That's how you follow up with somebody.
E é assim que faz o follow up.
Not, are you ready to get started? Shit. Now, somebody could say, oh, but like, you know, I don't want to. I guarantee you have better odds of doing it this way than you do of just saying, are you ready to get started?
Eu garanto que os vocês têm melhor qualidade de fazer assim do que simplesmente se perguntarem a pessoa sabe lá quando eu vou começar.
Try it out. Maybe it might work.
Experimenta.
You're better off trying it than not trying it.
Serve muito mais experimentar e muito mais experimentar.
All right, next question.
Yeah.
My guy.
Imagine if they ask during the conversation, they ask you, what do you do? What do you do? They keep spamming the same question.
Yes.
What do you say?
Okay. You want to repeat that back? So he said, imagine if somebody keeps saying to you, you know, well, I don't know if this works out, dude, but how about this? How about this? And then you as a salesperson, you constantly feel like you're getting pushed back in this corner, right?
Yeah.
Like you feel like you're getting closed off almost, right? Or no? So is your question, Daniel, how do we take control back of the conversation? Is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Portanto, a pergunta real é, Daniel, como é que eu tomo o controle da conversa?
Okay. So you keep getting pushed back in this corner.
Então a pessoa continua a empurrar para aquele canto.
And they ask you question
E eles fazem uma pergunta,
after question
e outra pergunta,
after question.
e outra pergunta.
And you're like, oh my God, shit, I'm never gonna close out this deal.
E tu ficas do género, pá, nunca vou fechar este negócio.
There has to be a point in the conversation
Tem que haver ponto na conversa,
where you stop
quando tu paras,
after the third or fourth question
depois da terceira ou da quarta pergunta que a pessoa te faz,
and going back for the close. I'm gonna show you how it
e
sounds.
voltas para fechar, ok? E vou-vos mostrar como é que se faz.
So this person may be a curious individual, and I gotta hold my posture.
Esta pessoa pode ser simplesmente que está curiosa e tem que manter a minha postura.
At this point, you know you explained 99% of the business.
A este ponto tu se calhar já explicaste 99% do negócio.
So the last question that you're gonna answer it, you're gonna elaborate,
Portanto, a última pergunta que tu vais responder, que tu vais elaborar,
but before you go answer that question,
mas antes de tu responderes essa pergunta,
you're gonna say, hey, by the way, is the answer to that question gonna be enough for you to get started today?
tu vais responder primeiro. A resposta a essa pergunta é suficiente para tu começar?
Because then if they're like, no, don't answer the fucking question. They just want to waste your fucking time. Hey, by the way, John, I can't wait to answer your question. Great freaking question. Hey, by the way, just so you and I both save time, is the answer to that question is literally what's going to fire you up to get started today? Or is there really anything else? Do you have more questions?
John, mal posso esperar por responder à tua pergunta, mas na realidade, responder à tua pergunta é suficiente para começar o negócio ou tens outras perguntas?
Get them to commit to you. Hold the posture. You know what I mean?
Faz com que as pessoas se comprometam contigo, tens de manter essa postura.
Okay. Now, again, I'm going to play like the hardest situation possible, right?
Agora, vou-vos falar como se fosse a situação mais complicada.
So let's just say, in reality, if they say yes, good, you fucking won that conversation, right? If they're like yes, sorry, let me wrap it up and then you can go. Hey, by the way, to answer that question, if they say yes, it's going to get me started once you answer that, okay, go, boom, answer it, right?
Imagina que a pessoa diz que sim, ok, perfeito, vocês respondem e a pessoa começar a começar.
What about if they...
I'm not done.
Sorry.
So there's yes and there's no.
Portanto, sim e não.
Okay, if they say yes, go answer the question.
Se eles disserem que sim, respondes à pergunta.
And then when you're done answering the question, don't say this.
E quando respondes à pergunta, não digas isto.
Do you have any other questions?
What are your thoughts?
O que pensas?
Open up your phone, put me on speaker, let's walk you through the whole process. That's when you're done, okay? Oh, you want to just say what I just said?
Acabas e dizes, ok, abres o telefone, ligas à pessoa e ajudas a pessoa no processo de começar.
Don't ask them what their thoughts are,
Não perguntar o que é que está a
because you're going to get another question.
Porque vais ter outra pergunta.
Go in for the close.
Aí é que fecha.
You answer, you close, that's obvious, right?
Respondes, fecha. Óbvio.
Okay, but let's just say, no, the answer to that, Daniel, is not going to, like, I have more questions.
Mas a pessoa diz que não, Daniel, a resposta a isso não é suficiente para começar, tem mais perguntas.
Okay, so okay, what else are you a little bit confused about? Because they're just confused.
Ok, que mais é que está a confundir?
Okay, now sometimes team we have something called our intuition, right? It's a higher faculty, we've learned it. So you got your intuition, right?
E tu tens a tua intuição também, certo?
First of all, can we sometimes just trust this thing? If you think the person is just fucking you around here,
E vamos confiar na nossa intuição, porque às vezes a pessoa está só a gozar connosco.
why do you have to lower your self-respect in sales?
Porque é que tu tens de baixar o teu respeito, o respeito tens por ti próprio mesmo?
Why do you have to be underneath somebody?
Porque é que tens de estar abaixo de alguém?
Why can't you as the salesperson, and nobody ever talks about this, but why can't you as the salesperson say, hey, you know what? You know, it seems at this point, I don't think, you're going to be the right fit for us. I don't think right now is at least the right time for you right now. I appreciate the conversation and run.
E ninguém fala nisto, mas às vezes nós temos que ser aquela pessoa que vai na conversa e diz, se calhar não é a altura certa para ti.
Because it's not if you get them to close or not.
Não se trata se a pessoa começa ou não.
It's how you feel going into the next conversation.
É como tu te sentes a entrar na próxima conversa.
If everybody just keeps beating up at your time and your morals and your self-respect, that's who you become on the next conversation.
Se as pessoas simplesmente continuam a usar o teu tempo, o teu autorrespeito, é essa pessoa que vais transportar para a próxima conversa.
But if you say to somebody, hey, listen, you know what, Martha, what I'm going to do for you right now, I'm going to end the conversation. I don't feel like right now is the right time for you to join the business.
Mas tu disseres à pessoa, Marta, pá, eu vou fechar esta conversa, eu sinto que este momento não é a altura certa para tu começares um negócio.
I'm going to send you over 1 to 2 things that can probably answer a lot of questions, but right now, I got another meeting. Use the intuition sometimes.
Usa a tua intuição, do género, olha, quando tiver uma pergunta, podem responder à maior parte das tuas perguntas, mas tem que entrar noutra reunião agora.
It's not one size fits all.
Não é tamanho para toda a gente, não é igual para toda a gente.
Sometimes you got to run, leave them, and feel like a boss for your next conversation.
Às vezes tu tens mesmo que literalmente deixar, tentar fechar essa pessoa, mas sentir mesmo com qualquer outra pessoa para a próxima conversa.
Because you're a salesperson, you can make more fucking money than anybody.
Porque tu és, porque tu estás nas vendas e dessa forma tu consegues fazer mais dinheiro do que qualquer outra.
Own that you're a salesperson. Own that you're in network marketing. Own that you're in direct fucking sales. Own that you have people inside of your organization making $750,000 a month. If you can't own that, you're not going to shut the door on somebody.
E tens que ter orgulho
You're
de
gonna-
estás em network marketing. Tens que ter orgulho de ter pessoas na tua equipa a fazer.
It gets me like this, I want to like choke somebody when they're like, I gotta get it. You have somebody in your side of your organization making $750,000 a month, and you feel like you're less than everybody else.
Às vezes acontece mesmo por causa
How?
literalmente quando elas falam disso, tens pessoas a fazer milhões na tua organização e tu sentes que és menos, como assim?
Team, it's okay to say right now is not the right fit. I love you, Janet, for just getting on the call. At least that way you have the information. Whenever you're ready to when anything happens or changes in your life, hit me back up. I got the next meeting.
E pessoal, não há problema nenhum de dizer, olha, pá, se calhar não é a altura certa para ti, mas já tens a informação, se estiveres pronto agora, outra vez, se estiveres pronto, depois vamos falar comigo, vamos ter que ir para a próxima reunião.
Again, put your ethics, your morals, your energy levels at the fucking top of the priority list right now.
Tens que colocar a tua ética, a tua moral, o teu respeito no alto da tua lista de prioridades.
Don't let nobody crush that.
Não deixes que ninguém passe por cima disso.
Imagine how you feel going to the next meeting that you just told somebody no inside of the business.
Imagina como é que tu te sentes aí para a próxima reunião porque tu próprio disseste a alguém que se calhar não é a altura certa.
And they probably think, oh fuck, nobody's ever told me that.
E eles se calhar pensam, pá, nunca ninguém disse isso.
Sometimes this is a prospect and you gotta run by the prospect.
Às vezes é convidado e tens simplesmente que ir através do.
That's the difficult prospect. You know the brothers, you know your friends. It's these guys that don't fucking move.
Sabe dos teus amigos, aquelas pessoas que não saem do mesmo sítio.
And you have that feeling and they could do well, but you know they're like a brick.
E tu tens essa intuição que eles podiam dar bem, mas eles são tipo uma parede.
Sometimes that brick takes a while to break down.
E às vezes essa parede demora muito a cair.
Okay? So sometimes you gotta run by that person.
Então às vezes tu tens que ir através dessa pessoa.
And you gotta say to somebody like my brother, that person that's a little bit closed.
E tu tens que dizer a alguém que convence as pessoas, como eu disse ao meu irmão que é mais fechada.
Steve, listen, I just opened up in this new city in Toronto.
Tu dizes, Steve, olha, acabei de abrir nesta nova cidade, em Toronto.
I need to onboard 3 people by Friday.
Eu tenho que trazer 3 pessoas até sexta-feira.
Who the heck do you know that just lost their job, is in school, and has desire to make some more money right now?
Quem é que tu conheces, por exemplo, que perdeu o trabalho ou está na escola e tem desejo de fazer mais dinheiro agora?
If you can let me know by today at 8 p.m. Eastern, I love you, Steve. Thank you so much.
Se tu conseguires dar 3 pessoas até ao final do dia, até às hoje, agradecer-te imenso.
Thanks so much, Steve. Appreciate it. This is my brother. This is my best friend from school. Hey, let me know, Steve, if you can let me know by today at 3 p.m. Eastern.
Pode ser um amigo, pode ser o meu irmão, mas olha, se tu conseguires dizer até hoje às 3 da tarde, 3 pessoas, olha.
Steve's like, I just lost my job.
O Steve está do género, acabei de perder o
Fuck,
emprego.
fuck's wrong with me? I'm a little bit hungry.
O que é que está errado comigo? Eu também tenho fome.
I want to make more money.
Eu também quero fazer mais dinheiro.
And this guy's just running by me.
E este cara simplesmente foi através de mim.
And he gave me a time limit.
E ainda por cima ainda me deu limite.
Yo, bro, what about me?
E então eu?
Yo, what's this all about, Daniel?
E
Well,
pergunta, mas não é
so either you did 2 things. I tapped into the referral market.
Portanto, tu fizeste 2 coisas. Olha, eu vi a referência,
I got them a little bit curious
eu deixei pouco mais curioso,
to the point where they may ask.
ao ponto em que eles próprios perguntam.
And then you have a little bit of posture.
E depois tu continuas a manter a tua postura.
And then you say to them,
E tu dizes,
are you sure even now is the right time to even look at a business though?
tens a certeza que neste momento é a altura certa para olhares para o negócio?
I don't know, is it?
Não sei, é?
That's posture.
E é isso que é ter postura.
Don't lose a posture.
Não percam a vossa postura.
But let's keep going for a second. So they say, no, I have more questions. Remember I said, yes, that's a question to get me started?
Primeiro, sim, responda à pergunta se a pessoa começar.
Let's say, no, I have more questions. So they have another 3 questions.
Vamos supor que a pessoa tem mais 3 perguntas.
That's looking like a comp plan. So let's just say they have 3 questions, and you're like, okay, what are the 3 questions?
Vamos supor, ok, então quais é que são as outras 3 perguntas?
And they ask you all 3 questions.
Eles fazem as 3 perguntas que eles
Now it's really looking like a comp plan.
agora já parece que
But, so they ask you all 3 questions, you're like, okay, I'm gonna answer all those 3 questions right now.
diz, ok, eu vou responder essas 3 questões.
So you answer all 3 questions.
Então, tu respondes às 3 perguntas.
You are not gonna say to them, hey, by the way, any other questions?
Tu não vais perguntar, obviamente, se tem mais perguntas.
You're gonna say, Janet,
Vais dizer, Janet, por exemplo.
remember when I said you have to go into the close?
Lembra-se quando eu disse que vocês têm que fechar aqui?
Hey, Janet, at this point, I gave you all the information
Janet, por esta altura já te dei toda a informação.
in order for you to make an informed and educated decision right now.
Vocês tomaram uma decisão informada.
Are you ready to get started?
Estás pronta para começar?
At this point, I gave you all the information that everybody needs in our business
Toda a gente precisa do nosso negócio para começar.
to make an informed and educated decision.
Para tomar uma decisão informada.
You want to rock and roll?
Vamos a isso?
That's it.
Já está.
Hold your posture.
Mantém
I gave you everything.
a tua postura. Sorry?
Like, hold your posture. Tell them that you gave them everything.
Ok, exato. Mantém a tua postura e diz que já deste a informação toda que poderias dar.
Yes.
And when they say yes, you give the answer, but then they...
So this side?
Yes.
Okay. And then you say, are you ready to get rocking and rolling? Are you ready to get started? And they say no.
If they say, oh, I thought it was something else.
Oh, whoa. We're on a different conversation now. Okay.
Uma conversa.
No. I mean, translate what she was saying too as well.
Sim, ou seja, quando tu respondes à pergunta e a resposta da pessoa é do género, pensava que era outra coisa.
Okay, so now they're like, oh, I thought it was something else. Like, I didn't know it was network marketing. I didn't know what.
Yeah.
Do género, pensava que era outra coisa, do género, não sabia que era network marketing ou pensava mesmo que era algo diferente.
Okay. What's that? All right, let's go through the objection. That's an objection, right?
Yeah.
In my head, everything's an objection.
Então, na minha cabeça, tudo é uma objeção.
But it's who has leverage. Like, even if somebody says, Daniel, you're so good,
Mas primeiro que alguém me dissesse, não precisa de uma caixa. Primeiro que alguém me dissesse, Daniel, tu és
and I'm
bom.
selling them something,
E eu estou-lhes a vender algo.
that's an objection.
Isso é uma objeção.
You guys like, what?
Como assim?
Yeah, as they're saying, Daniel, you're so good, they're literally saying, okay, thank you so much, and they're leaving.
Eles dizem do género, ok, muito obrigado e vão-se embora.
So what do we do in an objection?
O que é que fazemos com uma objeção?
Remember what our rich mom should have told us? Ah, that's good, huh?
Lembram-se do que é que
No,
aconteceu?
it's okay.
Quando digo,
Remember rich dad, poor dad? Remember the example I just said, rich mom? Rich mom should have said, Daniel, in the beginning of the objection, what are you supposed to do?
E uma razão ainda devia ter dito, Daniel, no início da objeção, o que é que tu fazes?
Don't argue.
Rich mom said, say okay. Yo, Kiwasaki, I'm coming for you, bro. Rich mom said, okay.
A mãe rica disse, ok,
What was your objection?
qual era a objeção?
I thought it was something else.
Pensava que era outra coisa.
You want to know what somebody? You want to know what's? Yeah.
I was
Expecting this. I wasn't expecting this. They're like, I thought it was something else. You want to know what our poor parents taught us? Argue. And you want to know what an argument sounds like?
O que é que os meus pais me ensinaram, podemos discutir, ok? E o que é que soa essa discussão?
An argument sounds like this. Well, what did you think it was?
Do género, mas o que é que tu pensavas que era?
Wait. Why is it bad automatically that she thought it was something else?
O que é mau automaticamente que ela pensava que era outra coisa?
I'm leveraging the objection.
Eu simplesmente estou a alavancar a objeção.
I'm just going to say, okay.
Eu vou dizer do género, ok.
Because if you say, well, what did you... You're already in a defensive state.
Se tu dizes o que é que tu achavas que era, já estás no defensivo.
Why can't I just say, what's your name?
Carla.
Carla? Okay, Carla. And isn't it freaking amazing?
E não é incrível, mas não é ótimo.
Boom! Why the fuck do I have to do this? Oh, isn't it fucking amazing? Get your belief back up. Isn't it fucking amazing? It's crazy. The first time I looked at it, I was like, holy shit.
Eu aumentaria isso, eu tenho ficado dizendo, o que é que esperavas ter pedido?
Insane, right? Open up your phone, put me on speaker, I'm gonna walk you through the whole thing, you're gonna love it. It's a mindset thing. It's like you automatically, when we hear no, we're programmed to argue.
Às vezes é automático, nós ouvimos o não, nós somos programados para discutir.
Play 360 with people.
Dá a volta às pessoas.
Oh my god, yeah, you know, I just thought this was something else. Okay, I know, me too. Isn't it fucking crazy?
Essa é outra coisa, eu sei, eu também, não é louco?
I'm like, there's no way in hell these people are making this much money in business. That's what I thought. I was like you.
Por isso é que eu pensei, pá, como é que essas pessoas estão a fazer isto?
And then somebody literally showed me the ranks.
Depois as pessoas mostraram-me os dados.
And then they said, I'm not going to tell you names, 18 people are at this rank.
Eu não te vou dizer nomes, mas há 18 pessoas.
I'm like, fuck this, sign me up.
E eu estava a dizer, ok, olha, é pá, quer começar?
You got two mindsets on an objection. Either the objection leads you into a sale,
Tu tens dois mindsets na objeção. Ou a objeção te leva para a venda,
or it leads you to them closing the phone and hanging up.
ou leva para aqueles que simplesmente desligam o telemóvel.
My mindset is every time I get an objection, I'm closer to a deal.
A minha mentalidade é sempre que eu tenho uma objeção, eu estou mais perto de fechar o negócio.
So if that's my mindset,
Então, se essa for a minha mentalidade,
I'm a little bit more crazy and excited.
eu estou um bocadinho mais louco e mais entusiasmado.
Guys, imagine you just got excited for an objection, how weird we'd fucking look, how cool that would be.
Imagina,
If somebody says, I don't have the money, I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it.
imagina que eu gosto de vocês estarem entusiasmados sobre vos dar uma objeção.
Watch your physiology when you get an objection.
E imagina a vossa fisiologia quando vos dá uma objeção.
Daniel, I don't have the money.
Daniel, não tenho dinheiro.
Well, when can you fuck that?
E vocês ficam dizendo, é pá, não, se lixe isso.
Good physiology, good belief. Daniel, I don't have the money. Yeah, 100%. Don't even worry about that. Look at my smile. Your smile will dictate what you're thinking inside of your own head. Your smile will dictate your belief system. If somebody says, I don't have the money, and you're like, your belief system is that you're never going to close this person inside of your own head. Your smile is dictating the thoughts. So I will literally say, you want to get better at closing deals? Look at your fucking smile on your face when somebody gives you an objection. If it's shitty, something in your belief system has to change. Because there's no way you can implement, oh my, yeah, I know I'm going fast. There's no way you can implement a bad strategy or a fucking great strategy with a shitty attitude. Some people got that, but you're...
Eu disse no fim, pá, não há maneira de vocês implementarem alguma estratégia de negócios de merda. É basicamente isso. Ou seja, se vocês vão tentar puxar uma pessoa e se a pessoa diz que tem dinheiro e é do género, é pá.
Sim.
Como é que podemos arranjar o dinheiro? Mas o que o Daniel faz é o Daniel sorrir e diz, ok, não te preocupes, nós arranjamos uma solução para o dinheiro. Ou seja, a fisiologia faz toda a diferença quando ele está a fechar um negócio.
I'm having so much fun right now that I forgot that I was in Portugal. Like I'm just training the family right now. It's like my salespeople right now, right? So I forgot that I'm like no fala português here, right? So I just kept going, and everybody's looking at me like. Andreas, what? What's up?
So like I'm looking at the training floor and a lot of stuff is like unconscious to us leaders, but I think in this business we don't train in sales like you're doing because we're afraid like people just want to trade, they don't want to do this. And like Saud was asking, like we want to recruit people that want to build to grow. Do you think we should like put our brand and focus more on this, or just focus on the product, or?
Yeah, okay, that's a good question. You wanna?
Às vezes nós não nos focamos tanto no potencial financeiro do marketing, porque temos aquele receio de que, ok, a pessoa pode só querer fazer forex ou o que seja, e quando eu estava a perguntar basicamente é se vale a pena também construirmos a nossa marca à volta disso, ou simplesmente trading.
It's complex.
Guys, 1 sec, let's just keep it down for a sec. Let's listen because this is important. Because you have, a product, right? And then you have a business. And then a lot of people come in for this. And sometimes they don't even know about this too much. So, can we blame these people? No. It stems from what he just said. It stems from the language and the way we communicate online and offline to people, right? So we can't blame them. We gotta blame our branding. We gotta blame our messaging.
roubar a nossa.
For good or for bad, it's the way we go about this now, right? The branding and the messaging.
Para o bem ou para o mal, tudo depende de como nós realmente lançamos a mensagem.
So I know for a fact it's not this. It's not choose. Let me choose Forex or network marketing.
Eu tenho a certeza que não se trata de escolher, olha, deixa-me escolher Forex ou Network Marketing.
Because your guys' products are fucking amazing.
Porque os produtos são ótimos.
And people make a lot of money.
E as pessoas fazem muito dinheiro com os produtos.
And you don't have to think inside of your head, how do I get this person to be a distributor? How do I get this person to be a salesperson? How do I get this person to be a salesperson?
Tu não tens de estar a pensar dentro da tua cabeça, olha, como é que eu ponho esta pessoa a fazer o que a organização.
Sometimes it's not them, and do not force somebody to become from customer to distributor.
Às vezes não está dentro deles e não force alguém a tornar-se um cliente ou um distribuidor.
Because sometimes now you just lost both. We know that, right? Because maybe that's not that person,
Porque se calhar não é para essa pessoa.
right? So you just gotta leave them where they're at, but the messaging has to be 50-50.
Portanto, tens de liderar a pessoa onde ela está, mas a mensagem tem que ser 50-50.
If you want 50-50.
Se quiseres 50-50.
So, what does that look like now? Let's answer it. So, it looks like this. Hey, guys, by the way,
Já agora,
I'm looking for a few individuals
está à procura de alguns indivíduos
that are already in business.
que já estejam no negócio.
Because if he's like, hey, by the way, I want to recruit up, I want to recruit salespeople, then every single time you see somebody that's in business, being like, oh my God, since you're already in business, you would freaking crush it at our business because we need people to expand our business and you're already in sales.
Porque se ele está a pensar que ele quer expandir, se ele está simplesmente a estar do género, eu tenho que pôr pessoas a recrutar, ele está do género, já estás no negócio, então tu serias ótimo a fazer a parte, já estás a utilizar os produtos, serias ótimo a fazer parte do negócio.
So the moment you see somebody, let's say for example, like myself, right, and you meet that person, that's the moment, or online or whatever, that's the moment you got to look at the person and say, okay, you know what? This person would be a good sales leader. This person would be a good team builder.
A partir do momento em que tu olhas para a pessoa, conheces alguém online ou offline, é que tu pensas, ok, esta pessoa podia ser um bom líder, podia ter uma boa equipe.
The messaging has to change towards that person in language.
E a mensagem que tu passas tem que se adequar à linguagem dessa pessoa.
But let's just translate this online now to prospect online.
Mas vamos passar isto para o online.
Hey, by the way, guys, something opened up new inside of my organization.
Abriu-se algo novo dentro da minha organização.
There's a lot of people inside of my organization that have different skill sets.
Há muitas pessoas dentro da minha organização que têm diferentes habilidades.
Some are very technical.
Há alguns que são muito técnicos.
Some are very good at operations and systems.
Há muitos que são bons em operações e sistemas.
And some are great at branding, marketing, and sales.
E há alguns que são muito bons em imagem, marca, em branding e em vendas.
There's some new products inside of our organization
Há novos produtos dentro da nossa organização
that need some strong people that love marketing, social media, and sales
que
experience.
precisam de pessoas que têm experiência de vendas e que gostam de marketing e que gostam de redes sociais.
I don't know if we'd be the right fit for you.
Não sei se seríamos a pessoa certa para nós.
I don't know if you'd be the right fit for us.
Nem sei se seríamos a pessoa certa para nós.
But please, by tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, if you know anybody, this is your phone. If you know anybody, please just have them DM me the word marketing.
Mas se tu conheceres alguém, por favor, diz a essa pessoa que amanhã até às 8 me envia uma palavra para marketing.
How do you say finished in Portuguese?
Está feito.
Perfect.
Está feito.
Está feito. Está feito? Feito. 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 Alright guys, first of all, we're gonna wrap up, but I appreciate you guys having me out. Thank you. Really, all the leaders that made this happen, thank you guys. I love you guys for making this happen. I trained, Daniel's team last like 3 months ago, and then you guys made it happen. Marta's like, hey, we gotta bring you out to Portugal if we're on the road, and I really mean this. When I was outside of there, I'm like, holy shit, this sounds like Italy, 3,000 people, and there's a couple hundred people inside of here. So you guys are fucking amazing. This is like the loudest, most energetic 200 people that I've ever seen, or 300 people that I've ever seen. What's that? This is only as good, I promise you, and I know every leader has said this to you guys. Guys, take what you know and go use it tomorrow. Go. We know that you got to implement everything that I taught you, right?
Hey, Daniel, by the way, you're awesome too.
Thank you.
Filma lá que é para o Jeff ver como é que agarrar uma câmera durante horas.
But I would say this. Team, I am not your upline.
Eu sou o vosso upline.
I really don't make money if you guys go talk to another 4 people right now.
Eu não vou fazer dinheiro se vocês forem falar com as pessoas agora.
I don't. My bank account does not fucking change.
A minha conta bancária não vai mudar nada.
And I mean this, because some people are like, oh, well, I'm about 100 million people.
E é sério, para mim trata-se de 100 milhões de pessoas.
The biggest gift that you guys can give me
A maior bênção que vocês me podem dar,
is that when you leave here today,
quando
please,
saírem daqui hoje, por favor,
if you could literally just get so fucking fired up
se vocês conseguirem literalmente estar entusiasmados,
and you don't walk by human beings anymore and you guys talk to at least 3 to 5 people a day.
e se passarem por outros seres humanos e falarem com 5 pessoas por
And
dia,
it doesn't have to be about I am.
e se não for simplesmente, não precisa de ser sobre a IAM,
It has to be for this.
tem que ser para isto, para a vossa mentalidade.
Because we don't even go up to people anymore.
Porque já não é nem sequer pessoas aproximamos das pessoas.
So for the next 30 days, just say, hey Janet, I love your shirt.
Portanto, nos próximos 30 dias, digam simplesmente à Janet, adoro a tua blusa.
Don't think that every single conversation has to be attached to a commission check.
Não pensem que todas as conversas têm de estar ligadas a cheque.
Or I wouldn't fucking be here.
Ou então eu não estaria aqui.
Period.
Ponto final.
I wouldn't be here. Guys, humans are cool people. Humans are good people. But we have this stigma. Like, you want to know what speakers do? I'm going to tell you guys something. Martha goes to hire, somebody comes, he comes in. Now the fucking person comes up and they sell a bunch of different things. And that's why people like me don't come inside organizations. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see this often, right?
Yeah.
You don't see this, right?
Isto é errado, pessoal. Mas o que eu estou a dizer é que isto é errado, porque nós não temos líderes envolvidos simplesmente uma data de coisas. Nós somos seres humanos.
But those people have a mind of transactions where it's like, I need to speak, I need to get. I need to speak, I need to get.
E essas pessoas têm tipo uma mentalidade que é a transação, ou seja, eu falo, eu tenho algo, eu falo, eu tenho algo.
I will win my business for a fucking lifetime, and I promise you guys this.
Eu sei que vou ganhar o meu negócio a minha vida inteira, eu tenho certeza disso.
Because I know if I write a book 9 months down the road, 50% of you guys will fucking buy it.
Eu sei que escrever um livro
100%, come on.
das pessoas vão
Let's go, man.
But 50% of you guys wouldn't buy it if you didn't know who the fuck I was.
Mas 50% das pessoas não iriam comprar se não soubessem que eu sou.
50% of people can't buy your service if you haven't said hi to them.
50% das pessoas não vão comprar o vosso serviço se vocês não disseram olá.
So stop thinking one-dimensional. Stop thinking every time you gotta go up to somebody, they gotta be part of your business.
Portanto, parem de pensar simplesmente numa dimensão que sempre que aborda alguém que a pessoa tem que fazer parte do vosso negócio.
That's how a fucking P1000 thinks.
É como pensam mesmo.
Really.
A sério.
That's gonna get capped short. You wanna be fucking Chairman 500? You gotta talk to everybody.
Tem que falar com toda a gente.
Drop the compliment, run.
Deixa o seu elogio, vais-te embora.
You're amazing, dude, run.
És incrível.
You fucking crushed my business, I'm too busy right now, run.
Tu ias ser ótimo no meu negócio, mas estou ocupado.
Some's high, some's a compliment, some's business.
Às vezes é um elogio, às vezes é negócio, não importa.
You guys know what I mean? Not every, because then if you have this intention that every time you have to go up to somebody and they gotta do business with you,
Porque se tu tiveres esta intenção que sempre que abordas alguém, eles têm que estar no negócio contigo,
then the first time you go up to that person and they don't do business with you, you're gonna stop going up to people.
a primeira vez que tu fores alguém e essa pessoa não começar, tu vais deixar de abordar pessoas.
But the only way you make money in your business is if you go up to people.
Mas a única maneira de fazer negócio e o dinheiro do teu negócio é abordar pessoas.
Do you guys see what I mean or no?
Yes.
Everybody and anybody. Out of the hotel, hi, thank you. On the pathway, like guys, the hardest thing in the world
A coisa mais difícil do mundo
is you being in a position where it's rough right now,
é estar numa posição complicada neste momento.
but to still fucking love individuals.
Mas ainda assim gostar das pessoas.
Do you guys know what I mean? Like when the bank account's not heavy,
Quando a conta bancária não está carregada.
but you still gotta smile to people and say, I love your shirt.
Mas tu sorris para as pessoas e dizes, olha, adoro a tua blusa.
Those people get out of the rough situation 1,000 times quicker.
Essas pessoas saem da situação mais difícil 1000 vezes mais depressa.
Team, I get it. It's like the hardest fucking thing in the world. I get it. I lost my passport last night. I gotta speak today.
E eu entendo, é difícil. Eu perdi o meu passaporte ontem à noite e tinha que falar hoje.
How do I find my passport?
Como é que eu encontro o meu passaporte?
By still smiling at the person that held my door open this morning.
Porque ainda sorrir à pessoa que me abriu a porta hoje de manhã.
Martha comes to me in the morning.
A Marta veio falar comigo de manhã
By the way, they found your passport.
e disse-me, olha, encontraram o teu passaporte.
Because it's an energy game.
Porque é um jogo de energia.
Do you guys see what I mean?
Entendem?
The hardest part of your business is going to be this. Nobody's talking about it, but this is going to be the hardest part.
Não se fala muito disto, mas a verdade é que esta vai ser a parte mais difícil do vosso
When we're all stuck and we're not at the best financial position,
Estamos presos e não estamos na melhor posição financeira.
compliment the fuck out of everybody, treat everybody with respect, love everybody as if you had $1 million in the bank account.
Está com respeito, com amabilidade, como se tivesse $1 milhão na tua mão.
And I promise you that's how you get to the $1 million quicker.
E eu prometo-vos que assim vocês chegam mais depressa a esse $1 milhão.
Or you can't get to that $1 million.
Ou então não chegam lá.
Nobody's gonna come to you. Be that person that walks around in life
Ninguém vai chegar até ti se não fosse assim. Ser aquela pessoa que passa pela vida,
realizing that everybody has a sign on their head that says, please understand me and please help me.
e até toda a gente tem sinal a dizer, por
And-
favor, ajuda-me, por favor, percebe.
Everybody, because that's us, right?
Toda a gente, porque todos nós somos assim.
I said that this morning when I woke up. I said, holy fuck, I wish somebody can just understand right now. But. I wish somebody could just understand me and help me.
Eu disse isso na minha própria cabeça hoje de manhã, quando pensei, pá, quem me dera que as pessoas me entendessem e que me pudessem ajudar agora.
Be that person that goes up to them and fucking lights up their day and says, hey, you know what? I just want to appreciate you for everything you just fucking did. You're amazing. Fuck the business. Don't worry about it. It's energy.
Não se preocupem com o negócio, é energia. Se é essa pessoa que vai às outras e diz, pá, tu iluminaste a minha vida.
That's it. You played your part in life.
Já fizeste o teu papel na vida.
The universe will say, hey, this guy, eventually, he deserves fucking 4 chairman tents next
O universo
month.
vai dizer isso. Vai dizer, eventualmente,
Thank you, Martha. Thank you. I love you guys.
Love you!